Good morning, evening, afternoon, or night, everyone. It's time for some stuff. Alright, we are going to be checking the internet. We're going to be doing the TERA raids for EEVEE. We are also going to be doing some shiny hunting in addition to this. So basically what we're going to be doing is as we clear out all of the EEVEE, I almost said Dynamax dens. We're going to be clearing those out. We're going to be shiny hunting on the way to everything, but welcome in that guy, Jared, the Merry Pichu, welcome in. Omar, Mudkip, how are you guys doing? Are you new here, Merry Pichu? I don't recognize the name unless it's the rename. How are you doing? Hey, welcome in, Matt. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hat Man, Man of Hats, Mr. Hat, Person of Man. Let's go. So, I also actually defeated the Elite Four yesterday. That was fun. I got absolutely steamrolled. I got absolutely freaking steamrolled in that thing. So, yeah. I have completed one of the main storylines so far, so that was fun. That was fun. But yeah. This was fun. So, I'm enjoying the game so far. In fact, the operation name of Island Skyfall in Germany is Stardust. Hey, Troopa, how you doing? I mean, Stardust actually vaguely does make sense. Because, like, I mean, Stardust is an item. So I guess that makes sense. I guess that does make sense. But yeah, so we're doing some terrestrial raids. This is going to be fun. I mean, also in, you know, while we're doing this, we are also going to be shiny hunting. Avoid the top 4 finally returns. What do you mean cold? What do you mean cold? Need a raid den for EEVEE den. I have a whole bunch of them. I have a bunch of the raid dens. So pretty much, here's how the raids are gonna work. If you open up your map, you will notice these ones. They have this little sparkly, sort of pulsing thing around them. Those are the special EEVEE dens. These are the regular standard terrestrial dens, but these sort of glowy ones, those are the EEVEE dens. And what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna basically need to do a purge of every den. There's a couple of ways to do that. Well, in Sword and Shield, the top 4. Oh yeah, there was no Elite Four. Yeah, there was no Elite Four in Sword and Shield. Honestly, I liked the way that Sword and Shield did the Elite Four, because the thing is, functionally, there was an Elite Four in Sword and Shield. It was just the champions. It was just the champion tournament. Because you fight, you know, 4 people, then you fight Leon. So it's like, yeah, that's basically Elite Four. All right, EEVEE. Challenge as a group. Invite friends with a link code. There we go. Link code is up. You're going to need to protect the internet to do this. GS9U6R. Let's go. And also, guys, if you have not done so already, don't forget to leave a like on the stream and subscribe for more. Let's rock and roll, everyone. The EEVEE. Yep, that EEVEE is flying type. It is a flying type EEVEE. Yeah, we've all got a whole bunch of EEVEE events. We've got a whole bunch of EEVEE raids. I'm gonna be using my Glimora for this. It is a I almost said fairy rock type. No, it is a rock poison type. I am not gonna be using my thing. Wish I had an evolution. I don't think that they're ever gonna make any more EEVEE forms. I don't think they're gonna make any more EEVEE forms though. I think that Terrastall is like the last of like I have mixed vague feelings on things. But let's rock and roll, everyone. Let's go. So I'm looking forward to the 6-star raids. I have yet to beat the entire game yet. I have yet to beat the other 2 main stories. But I have beaten Victory Road, and I gotta say, I loved the Elite Four for this game. Like, yeah, this game has no spoilers for late games. The most you'll be seeing in this is, like, a couple of the evolved forms of some Pokemon. Like, that's it. There's gonna be no story spoilers. There's gonna be no there's gonna be no post-game stuff. This is literally just going to be us going around and fighting TERA style raids. No spoilers, no nothing. I gotta say though, I love the Elite Four in this game. Like, the writing for the Elite Four in this game had me on my ass laughing. Like, I have to say, like, do I think is post game where you get champion like every double? The thing is, the post game, the thing is, I have the champion, but I still haven't beaten the game yet. Like, when you beat the Elite Four, the credits do not roll. Beating the champion and beating the Elite Four is not the end of the story. There is still more to do in the main story of this game, and I freaking love it. There is so much more to do, and I freaking love it. The E4 in this game is almost as good as I'm... The Elite Four is amazing. I love the Elite Four in this game. I freaking love this game. Also, yeah, we're just gonna steamroll these EEVEE 1, 2, 3, lickety-splickety dunzo. Let's rock and roll, everyone. And again, don't forget, leave a like on the stream and subscribe for more. I also highly recommend you catch these EEVEE. EEVEE is ridiculously rare in this game. Like, when I say EEVEE is ridiculously rare, it is stupid difficult to find. If you want to not slowly lose your mind hunting down and evolving them, I would recommend you catch as many of these as you can. Yeah. Let's go. Also, you get a whole bunch of experience candy. Like, you get a whole bunch of experience candy for doing this. So, like, if you want to raise up your team, because there are a lot, because, like, you're going to want some experience candy for this game. You're going to want experience candy. This is a great event for it. It also gives you a lot of the wings. So, yeah. Music also hits different, yeah. Wait, EEVEE is rare. They're rare. Normally, they're very, very hard to find. You may have gotten very lucky. Like, I have been looking for EEVEE, and they take for freaking ever to find. NCP Doc will play out the battles. Yep. EEVEE is very annoying to find in this game. Like, there are times where you'll get, like, I mean, like, the thing is, everyone will have different luck with things. I mean, this was a shiny Pommet that I found. You know, I found this thing early game, no shiny charm. We all have different experiences when it comes to luck. Oh, there it is. There is the Gimme-Ghoul. Gimme Ghoul. Gimme that. Oh, there's another one. Gimme that coin. Gimme that coin. I do like how Gimme-Ghoul will make its cry, so it'll alert you that there's a Gimme-Ghoul there. How do you get Palmut to evolve? Let's just say you walk around with it. Let's just say you walk around with it. Yeah, you got a shiny Palma, but do not get the shiny Schubert. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, that's exactly how it works, Cold. It's just RNG is a cruel mistress. RNG is a very cruel mistress. I'm bringing in the big boy. TERA type's theme are the ones that Toby Fox did a bigger hand in. TERA type theme is the one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the TERA battle theme. It's just kind of meh. It's kind of for me. Which would probably explain, because, like, it doesn't quite remind me of the Battle Tower from Sword and Shield, which I'm not a fan of the Battle Tower theme from Sword and Shield. But yeah, let's rock and roll, everyone. Mr. Lizard wanting to battle. Here I do, let's go. It's time. It's time for the big boy. Link code is on screen if you guys want to be joining in. And can someone please go grab the link for the one and only Mr. Andreas? I'll go grab Andreas' link. How are you doing, Andreas? How are you doing today? And again, guys, if you have not done so already, please do not forget to leave a like, leave a subscribe, and send some love to our good buddy, Andreas SSG. Let's go. Hey, you bringing in the mens. You bringing in the men. I love Salamence. The Salamence that haven't changed your profile pic in game. You need to connect to the internet. Actually, I probably should go over that in the next one. Wait, you can change your profile picture? I didn't know you could do that. I'm sending, water charge. I will go into, so basically the way you do it is you need to connect to the internet. You need to go into Poke Portal, and there'll be an option in Poke Portal that is like join raids. It's a little clunky at first. It seems a little clunky at first, but trust me, it works well. Looks like the game getting the Pokedex done is going to be helpful. Honestly, like, this game is very, very good with filling out the Pokedex. Like, this game with filling out the Pokedex is so much better than the previous ones, because now you don't need to... Because now you have access to the sandwiches, and the sandwiches will make it easier to encounter certain very rare things. Like, I'll be honest. When I was looking for the pseudo-legendary, I spent 5 hours running around on Ice Mountain looking for the prevo of the thing, and I couldn't find it. I went to one shop, gave me Dragon Encounter Power. Within the first minute of searching, I got the pseudo legendary. It's freaking ridiculous. I love it. It's such a good system. I have Sylveon, Vaporeon. I've been using Vaporeon a lot on my team. Interesting. I exclusively use new gen stuff. Like, my entire team is new Pokemon for this game. 2 of which were shinies. POV high quality. I love this game. I love this game. I am presently mixed on whether I think this game or Generation 5 is better in terms of just story writing. But it's close. It's close. It's very, 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 very close. But also, I love this team. Like, the team that I have assembled for this game is great. Face cam. I mean, the face cam is just a little bit wonky. Face cam's a little wonky. You know, this face cam's like a decade old. This face cam is old. Some of these, you don't even need like a high quality face cam, because it just translates the things and the stuff and things. Yeah. So Bon, here's how you join raids. You need to go into Poke Portal, but you need to be connected to the internet as well for Poke Portal. And then you go to TERA raid battles. So you select TERA raid battles. Communicating. And if you want, you can just go hit link code to join in specific link codes. These are just like open lobbies, I'm assuming. These are just open lobbies, like ones that don't have like any like thing, just open lobbies. And also the EEVEE ones are the gold ones. The gold ones are the event dens. They give a lot of guts if you go to the profile. So yeah, you can basically just join in with like any of these things. And yeah, it's really good. I love it. The raids are actually quite difficult. I have heard on good authority. Yes. I approve of that nickname, Omar. I heavily approve of that nickname. So, also, we are gonna need to periodically go in, purge out all of the raids. Hey, Iced, how you doing? We are going to also need to purge out all of the other raids. So, as you defeat raid dens, other raid dens will pop up. Which means you could potentially get another EEVEE event den, or you could get another standard block den. And we basically need to go and just purge these dens out, lickety-splickety. So, that's pretty much what I'm going to have to do. Is you're going to go and just purge everything out. And when it comes to the EEVEE event dens, I'll be doing them with you guys. When it comes to these regular dens, unless it is something, say, like this, where this is a very, very high-level den, I'll be going alone. So I'm going to be challenging this as a group, because I'm going to need your guys' assistance to take this one down. Let's rock, wreck, and roll. Ceruledge I have not used yet. I plan on using Ceruledge when it comes to my Violet or Scarlet playthrough. Actually, that'll be my Violet playthrough, where I'm using Sprigatito. Right now, my favorite is Skeledarg. My favorite presently is Skeledarg. I love it. It's so awesome. Like, it took a bit of time to grow on me, but I like it. Also, I am going to need you guys to help me do these other raid dens that are not the EEVEE ones that are pretty high level, because I have it on good authority from a friend of mine who has beaten the game and is into post-game. They have said you are going to need people to do the high-level raids. Level 6 raids are impossible if you do not work with people. And that terrifies me. Like, the fact that level 6 dens, you require assistance of other people. You cannot brute force them like you could with the ones. Also, don't use any, like, event, like, late game stuff. Alright, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Like, I like that. I like it because it means, yeah, you need to actually coordinate. You need to actually use strategies to win. But also, like, you get some top-tier materials for beating those. Like, you get ability patches for that. You get ability patches and things for doing those. And, like, you know what? That's worth it. Can be done solo. It just requires a lot of... I mean, I don't doubt it's possible. However, it requires very, 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 very good luck. Like, it requires, like, specific things that are not very consistent. It's a swallow, Jakey. It's a swallow. It's a hot-headed swallow, Jakey. It is a hot-headed swallow, Jakey. Let's go, everyone. Let's go. Power jam. I am loving this thing. Pretty much one solo one earlier. TERA, Ghost, Espeon. I mean, for something like that, Espeon's glass. Espeon is glass as heck, so that makes sense. Toxic debris. Blah. Let's go, people. Oh. Wait, how did we do so much damage to it so suddenly? How did we do... Wait, why is the Quacks thing named Ronaldo? Why is the Quacks thing named Ronaldo? I must understand where the name Ronaldo originates. Yeah, 4 stars are not that hard, but how do we just take its health down, like, just 0 to nothing? How did we do that so quickly? Oh, Duck is level 98. Okay, that makes sense. Pokeball, go. It's a gulp, Jakey. It's a gulp, Jakey. Ronaldo's a soccer player? I mean, again, I know nothing about sports, guys. Like, the only sport I know anything about is, like, vaguely football when I watch it with my dad and he watches the Minnesota Vikings. That's all I know about all I know about football is you kick the ball, it goes in the big fork. That is all I know about sports. I'm the lowest level, Bon. I'm in the mid-60 levels. I'm the lowest level. I'm the lowest level by far. Couldn't think, fair enough, couldn't think of anything better. You know what? Fair point. Alright, sending to the box. The geniuses in this game. So many fairy raid battles. Oh my god, this... Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, like, for a tangent. There's a friend of mine. She is, like, very soft-spoken. She is very... Like, she's soft-spoken. She never swears. She's just, you know, quiet, does her own thing. And she just sent me a DM of just absolute rage. Like, I've never seen her mad, like, get angry at anything. And she's like, what the absolute heck is wrong with these people in this game? We're doing a fairy-type raid, and these geniuses are bringing effing dragon types. That's like pouring water on an effing grease. It's like, seeing her just go absolutely ballistic. It's very, very amusing. At the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, these people are so terrible with this game. Like, people don't bring anything, like, yeah, randos bring very, very not good things to these to these TERA stall dens. It's such a freaking trip. I love it. But also, like, yeah, I really do feel bad for her in that, because, yeah, it's the same with Dynamax dens. Well, the funny thing is that this was actually something that I was planning on making a video about. It was if you realistically look at things, you know, the vast majority of the player base doesn't know what they're doing. Can you host an open group? Yeah, I know we can host an open group, but like you can still join the thing. Like all you gotta do is you gotta go to the search thing for the link code. There'll be a magnifying glass that will let you join this specific lobby bonbon. I mean, the vast majority of players don't know about typing. I would say it's a solid 90% don't know anything. I mean, Dragon is strong against Fairy. Oh, the opposite day. Hey, see, unless we're doing inverse battles, it's not good against them. Unless you're talking about using a Dialga or Duraludon or Naganadel, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and even then it's because the Steel of Poison type. Dragon don't work against Fairy. Dragon don't work against Fairy, people. What are you thinking? What are you people thinking? I occasionally have to remind myself that this is a kid's game. I mean, like, that's the thing about this game that I love, is despite it being a kid's game, it is incredibly dark, while also it is incredibly complex. Like, that's the thing that I find the most amusing about the game. It is incredibly dark, but also incredibly complicated, with all the little ins and outs of literally every single thing. Let's go. Oh, look, it's the Shredder. So we've got the Shredder, we've got Cheapofloof, we've got the Age, and we have Croc, and we have Gustav the Demon Croc. Oh wow, the Eevee's dead. So we have the Shredder, Gustav the Demon Crocodile, Mega Man character, and Cheapofloof. I love it. I freaking love this game. Hey, good morning, Litzunite. Good morning. By the way, careful for some Ditto raid. There is some that are using a Magikarp. Huh? Explain, Omar. Explain. I'm not sure what you mean. Elaborate, Omar. I need you to go into detail. Is Ampharos my version? No, I love Ampharos. Ampharos is a good boy. Coincidentally, Bonbon, my first shiny was also a pink electric type. My Palmet. My Palmet was my first shiny in this game. I kind of hate this is why you would bring back the ruler. I kind of hate this game. Why would you bring back the ruler? What do you mean, Cold? What do you mean, the ruler Pokemon? You mean Bisharp? I won the Espeon raid because I had Tickle and I used my Defiant Adamant. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Yeah, like that is something where you're not gonna get that all the time. Like that requires a ridiculous amount of luck. Like that's why you're gonna be you need luck for that. Let's see. There are more. There is more. Let's fly like an eagle into the future. Let's go, people. So, Meta, what shiny did you get when you were watching Naruto? Amusingly, the shiny I got while I was watching Naruto was actually the Palmet. So, yes, I do get shinies when I'm watching Naruto, Mudkip. You can suck it. 4-star Flying Eevee. See, the thing is, I want to bring in the Palmet, but the thing is, actually, I'll bring the Palmet. Because the thing is, my Palmet only has one electric move, and the electric move it has is when it uses its electric move, it no longer becomes an electric type. So it's like, not a great move. And then the thing is, you also can't use that move anymore. So it's like, it's a one and done. It is literally one and done. But I'll bring it anyway. Let's rock, wreck, and roll, people. Did you see? Was that? I did see JJ. But what? Yeah, I mean, I don't get shinies from Dynamax Adventures. I'm pretty sure you tampered with my Dynamax Adventures thing, Mudkip. I'm fairly certain you somehow snuck and stealthed your way into my game, and you rigged up the coding to not give me a shiny. It's hard to take pictures of Cerulege. It keeps running all this. It just Naruto runs. It does the Naruto run. Naruto run. They will be done. Them aliens. That's a freaking song right there. Frickin' Area 51 parody. It feels different. Plebs haven't changed profile pics. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it, Andreas. You're going to need to walk me through it in a DM. You're going to need to tell me how to do that in a DM, Andreas. Remember, I'm just a little bit dim. I'm a little bit dim. Like, I'm only good at one thing, and that is competitive Pokemon. That is it. Everything else I'm not good at. Press Y and select profile. Okay. I know of this guy who made a YouTube short of doing a Naruto hand signs to the beat of Beethoven. JJ, you need to send me that. JJ, you need to send me that, because I honestly... Wow. I love how fast these raids go by. At the same time, it's kind of like, hey King, welcome back in. Hey King, welcome back. How you doing? I love how fast these things go by. It just like it's deletion. It's just deletion. Delete. Goodbye. The game is not made to run through these battles this quickly. The game is not made to run through these battles this quickly. I freaking love this. Welcome in, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But yeah, like, these rewards are so good. Hondu berries, feathers, nuggets, TERA gems, EEVEE materials, which aren't really great, but like the EXP candies is top tier. Top tier experience candies. I need them. I don't need them, but like I want them. They're useful for raising competitive teams. Let's go. Let's rock, wreck, and roll, everyone. Lol, you still... like, that's the thing about this game with the materials. It's... So... Are you going and, like, ripping out a chunk of their fur? Or is it, like, in the middle of the battle, they're just, like, some like, things left on the ground? Like, just, like, spare stuff left there, like, just shedding fur, like actual dogs do? Because it brings in some pretty dark implications. Oh, Y profile. Map. Y. How do I do it? Press Y and then select profile. I'm not sure how you do that, Andreas. Remember, I'm a little bit dim. Oh, Y then X. X. Oh, profile. Loading. Change photo. Profile picture. Take new photo. Oh, can't use it. Okay. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you, Andreas. Yeah, the menus in this game, I would say, are the game's biggest weakness. Because they're very... I wouldn't say hard to use. They're just very counterintuitive. The menus are just very, very counterintuitive in this game. And I don't think there's anybody to actually fix that. But yeah, it's the menus are kind of bleh. The menus are more than a little bleh. And yes, Mudkip, you did hear Discord. That was the person sending me the thing. Took me 5 days to realize there was a zoom button. Yeah, again, button controls in this game are a bit janky. I do remember Alola. I do love Alola. Welcome to Alola. I love Alola. Oh, game is good. Game of the year. Honestly, I hope this game gets nominated for Game of the Year. Like, people will crap talk this game. I think this game is great. Like, I think that these games are fantastic. I'm working on, in the process right now, a video review of this game. And a video basically review, like, talking about this game, like, discussion video about it. And really, the only negatives I can say in large part about this game are the menus are more than a little janky, and there's like visual bugs are a big problem. Like, the visual bugs are not a big problem. They're not a big problem. They don't actually affect the quality of the game. But the only complaints about the game really are the map is kind of bad for identifying Pokemon. Like, identifying where Pokemon are with the map is not good. And the menus are just not great. But other than that, the actual content of the game, nothing but praise. Like, story and writing-wise, I would say this game is on par with Gen 5. Like, Black and White Gen 5, I would say this game is on par with. This game has made me, like, cry. Like, legitimately, like, you guys saw me breaking down into tears and crying on stream about the thing you guys know about. And, you haven't seen, because I'm further in this, I'm further along in this game than I am in my my Scarlet version, which you guys have seen. But, again, I've beaten all the gym leaders. Everything after that portion of the game, like, the portion of the game you guys know, it had me on my ass laughing. Like, the writing is so witty. Also, code is up if you guys want to join in. We are going to need your help for this. We are going to need your help for this. Like, it just had me on my ass laughing so hard. And I guess no one's going to be hopping in. Like, it just, the writing of this game is absolutely fantastic. There are two gym leaders that I would say are probably some of my absolute favorites. Wait, what made you laugh? The gym leaders and the Elite Four. The gym leaders and the Elite Four. The dialogue is fantastic in this game. It absolutely had me laughing my butt off. I love it. I will say, Nimona grew on me. The Nimona was not I was not a fan of Nimona initially. As I went throughout the game, I did start to like her a lot more. I do like Nimona a lot more now with, like, having beaten her storyline. I like her a lot more now. Arven, I mean, again, after the revelation about Arven, yeah, I like him a lot more now. But yeah, like, I can certainly say, I like this game. Ground type. I like the ground type. I like that. I'm loving this game again. I have nothing but positive things to say about this game. If you guys haven't done so again, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You guys are the ones that make everything go around here. And let's rock and roll, everyone. Gustav, the demon crocodile. The best part, watching my friend Shiny Dratini, the person that my Dragonite Shiny is named after in the Let's Play we're doing of Let's Go East, Pikachu. He has also been playing this game. He's been doing a blind Nuzlocke of it. And he also started with Fuecoco. In his response to me after getting it evolved, said, I really regret not naming it Ghost Pepper and naming my Fuecoco Jalapeno. And I just said, I know, it's so good. I love Skeletorg. It's so good. I still say though, Gustav the Demon Crocodile though. He is literally Gustav the Demon Crocodile. Because for those who don't know, in Egypt and in like the surrounding areas around the Nile, there was this gigantic. When I mean like gigantic, I mean absolutely massive crocodile that would just like swim around and like, you know, obviously do crocodile related things. Its skin was so thick you could shoot at it with like, you know, high caliber things. It just wouldn't do it. Like bullets would bounce off this thing. And he was called Gustav the Demon Crocodile. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And it's just this monster form. I was like, you know what, Gustav the Demon Crocodile, that's the perfect name for Skeletorg. It is a ghost crocodile. Because it also is actually based on a Nile crocodile. The reason why is the little birdie on the head is based on the bird that actually live on the backs of crocodiles and actually like pick at their teeth to basically get the scraps of food. I love it. It's like the amount of thought and detail that go into Pokemon these days. Absolutely, I love it. Also, we have a Dreepy outbreak. Oh, Dreepy and Drawcloak outbreak. If you guys want those, I can get you guys some outbreaks of those. So that we are gonna need to go for a purge of the other raids. We are gonna need to purge out the other raids. So there is that. Because that is kind of the unfortunate thing, is I do need to purge out the other raids in addition to the EEVEE raids, just to keep getting things going. Well, then again, there is the other method of getting more raids. No, Crocodile is too big for Florida Man to chug across the room. I mean, Florida Man is a special kind of Giga Chad. Florida Man is a special kind of absolute unit. Ground EEVEE challenge as a group. Yes, I'm not using my my quad week to ground Pokemon for this. I'm not using it. Veluza. Volton Veluza. I didn't realize Veluza was actually a psychic type initially. I was like, wait, I thought it was just pure water. Nope, it's actually psychic. Again, guys, link code 0EGAK1. We're gonna need you guys for this. Well, I mean, I can handle it solo, but it's still nice to have you guys hopping in for everything. But yeah, I love the ground type boss. I like them. I will say, despite the fact that this is not my proudest composition I've made for a first-time playthrough of a game, I will say I love it. Decided that now is the time to take funny photos. You know what, Matt? Fair enough. It is always the time to take funny photos. It is always the time to take funny photos. But just get your butt in here later, Hatman. Just get your butt in here, Hatman, later. We're gonna need you. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go. I guess we're gonna go soloing. Soloing the EEVEE is my specialty because it's all I get to do in games anymore. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I mean, we're gonna be doing a couple of streams of just completing the Pokedex and you know, catching everything, completing the deck, getting the shiny charm and everything. So I've basically decided what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Scarlet Violet series is gonna be two separate ones. It's going to be the main story in streams, and the main story is gonna be Scarlet, and then the basically Dex completion is gonna be this, sort of like a half and half splitsville sort of things. Liquidation. You just got liquidated. Honestly, Liquidation is one of those moves that for a long time I thought would be kind of useless move just because like Waterfall exists. Waterfall is I thought Waterfall was an objectively superior like move. Like, well, no, this thing has a chance of dropping defense, and also if you have it also was a little more powerful. I love it. Oh my god, TERA Dragon Bound Suite. So so basically, Bonbon, what you have just said is you basically found the in-game reflection of you. You have found the in-game Bonbon. All right, let's see. Is there any more? Are there any more? I don't see any sparkly ones. The sparkly ones. There's the grass one. Okay. Well, I mean, we are gonna need to go and purge out the rest of the raids around the area. I'm disappointed in Bomb to Quagsire. First of all, when they first revealed played Wooper, I said I would be so disappointed. I kind of think Claude is... Like, I love how... Meta, do you think I would trust with you? I mean, I would Mudkip. I'd trust you. Like, here's the thing that I find very amusing. That, like, we all love Wooper. We all love Quagsire. But I kind of feel like the internet is, like, in the state of mind of the internet right now is, I feel like we love Clodsire more than Quagsire. I feel like the internet right now is Clodsire is just better than Wooper. Clodsire is better than Quagsire. And I don't disagree with this. Smoliv is a good bean. Smoliv is indeed very much a good bean. Pokemon. I've enjoyed using Smoliv. In fact, I actually have the fully evolved Smoliv on the team. I can do alone. I can do that. But like I've loved this game. I've enjoyed it. I like this team. I am so glad when I picked up Smoliv. I was like, okay, Smoliv. I hope you're gonna be used. I hope Smoliv is gonna do like good Smoliv-y things. And then just seeing what Smoliv evolved into is it just, I did not expect Smoliv to turn into this absolute face-punching monster that it becomes. And its ability is so good. The ability this thing has is so good. If you don't know what its ability does, it's so great. If you remember Sandaconda's Sand Spit ability, where every time you attack it, it will automatically set Sandstorm. Even if you have a move that's using a max move that sets Weather, it will override that because it will activate after the weather is set. And this thing's ability is the exact same, except it applies for grassy terrain. So you have a slow Pokemon that will generally move after the opponent that auto-sets grassy terrain. Keeping in mind, grassy terrain boosts the power of grass-type moves used when grassy terrain is in effect. So essentially, you're getting a free 30% kick to your power. It's amazing. Oh yeah, sure, you can join the next raid, Nintendo. That's why we're doing this. Do TERA raids. TERA raids, the shinies will be appearing when you first do the TERA raid. It will show it as a shiny if it is shiny. But welcome in again, guys. If you haven't done so, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You guys are the ones that help us support everything. What we're doing right now, got a shiny Smoliv yesterday. Does that mean I have a shiny Team Sweeper? Oh, yes. Yes, you would. Yes, you do. Funny thing is, I have two shinies. I have two shinies on my team. My shiny Pommet, which I just found randomly while level grinding. And the funny thing is that I was already going... So it's not like Legendary Adventures. Yeah, no, it's not like Dynamax Adventures. It's actually like regular raid dens in regular raid dens, where if you're doing a regular raid den and the raid den was shiny... Hey, it's a Bounsweet! It's a Bounsweet! There we go. Link code is up. Okay, what the heck? Okay, that was weird. Invite. That's strange. Want to know is I've only catch one Charizard the upcoming. If we can only catch, is it guaranteed? I don't think that we're gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a single catch. I think it's gonna be you're able to catch as many as you want. I don't think it's gonna be a limited catch thing. Here we go. But here is the code 32R3HD. That is the link code for this. You need to be connected to the internet in order to do this. But yeah, let's go. We need to wipe out all of these dens in order to get more dens to appear, so that way we can, continue to get more EEVEE dens. But also, again, don't forget, leave a like, leave a subscribe. No, they already said you can only catch one. Really? You can only get one of them? That's dumb. That, I think they might change that. I think that is going to be something they're going to change. Because that seems very dumb. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in, Nintendo Nate. Welcome in. Are you new here? Because I don't recall seeing you before on the in the channel, but welcome in. Hope you're enjoying everything here. I mean, I'm already going to be catching a bunch of them because I have, other files that I can do. I'm catching one from my friend Foos because he's going to be away during the time. He's actually going to be on his wedding, so he's not going to be able to do anything, and I'm going to be, happy to get one for him. Boomraz, hey, a lot of superstitions the past week. I'm doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in, Bloom. How you doing? Again, guys, thank you all for coming in. Oh, oops, I haven't already got it. Again, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, that's a Sylveon. Oh, it's interesting. I need to get, change the profile picture on the game. I need to change that. But welcome in, everyone. Thank you guys. Also, there's a Discord in the description below if you guys want to join the Discord, basically keep up to date on everything going on around here. And channel, and you guys can post links to stuff. I just dropped the controller. I don't disagree, good. I think that there were elements of it that were rushed, but really the only parts are, graphics are a bit wonky at times. And I don't think it's that bad. Because, I don't know. I don't really play a Pokemon. I don't really play a game really for the graphics. I mean, there's graphical hiccups, and there's been graphical hiccups in, every game. I mean, there were massive graphical hiccups in Legends, and Legends really didn't get blasted. I mean, Legends itself was unfinished. But yeah. I'm gonna change the lead. Yeah, I actually remember moving myself. We actually moved a couple of times, so I feel that rise. I feel that rise. Hey, Kayla, how are you doing? Welcome in, Kayla. How is the Kayla? Alright, so I'm actually going to be trying something that will, refresh the EEVEE dens. So we're going to go do another EEVEE den. I think it's going to be the last EEVEE den we actually have. And there's a way we can basically get more EEVEE dens. I have not beaten the game yet. I have beaten the Elite Four, and I have beaten the Victory Road storyline, but I have not beaten the other two storylines yet. And I look forward to beating them. Yeah. I don't really mind the graphical hiccups that the game's got, because for me, I play a game more for, the quality of the gameplay itself, does the mechanics work? Do the battles operate? Is the writing of the story well-paced? And for me, that's what matters the most in a video game. And this game nails all of those super, super well. And I love it. I don't really mind the graphical hiccups, because I've never really put much stock in, graphics. Because, for me, graphics is like icing on the cake. It's a great game, can have graphics, because I don't really play the game for the graphics. I play the game for the story, for the quality of, the game. Yeah, some things might look a little wonky, but, I play for the game. Well, it's a good thing that the Steenie does have a bad nature, because there are ways of changing the nature with the mints. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, when I got my shiny Frigibacks, and at a modest nature, but I had a sprig of adamant mint, or as I like to call it, adamant. So I just used that, boom, modest nature, changed to adamant, absolutely fantastic. It's just now an absolute freight train of doom. Yeah, the graphics are a bit wonky, but, I mean, I'm not really a big person who minds graphics. You know, for me, it's the quality of the gameplay. And, like, I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of, like, Legends. It's nice to look at, but beyond that, there's really not that much. And I would infinitely rather a game that plays well than a game... I would rather a game that plays well and looks meh than a game that looks amazing but plays poorly. You know, that's kind of like my whole underlying mentality, I guess. Also, link code is up if you guys want to join in. DS0RY9. I mean, the reason it looks slightly worse than Sword and Shield good is that Sword and Shield didn't have no transition battles. Sword and Shield would have the battle transition because it would deload the overworld and then load in the battle interface. With Scarlet and Violet, the battle interface needs to be loaded at all times. So that way it basically sacrifices overworld resolution and overworld aesthetic for the preloading of the battle, the battle UI. And I think that was a mistake. The other part is that in Sword and Shield, the wild area was the only thing that gave, you know, free camera control. Everything else was fixed camera. So the game only needed to load a small, narrow section of the overall game. Whereas because this game has, you know, open world camera control, it needs to load everything. You know, even if it's not on screen, the camera can show this thing being on screen, so it needs to load it in. I would rather have the battle interface load. Yeah, I agree. Like, I agree. That's the reason, that's the only real issue I have with the game, is I don't mind the battle transitions. I get the reason why it is they wanted to get rid of the battle transitions, because it looks antiquated and it looks bad, and it makes the games look more primitive, that, oh, we have to deload everything, but overall, it makes the game run better because it doesn't have to force to do even more things. Because, I mean, I just liked the battle UI, because we often forget the little bits of, like, personality that things like trainer battle transitions adds into things. Like, you know, I miss that, like, you know, the Pokeball shooting across the screen and, you know, fading out, fading back in, the slide into the side. Like, I missed those. And I really like them. Again, I get why they wanted to get rid of it. You know, it's to make, you know, the process streamlined and smooth. But when you're sacrificing other areas, I think that's a not great compromise. And again, this is all going to go in that video review I'm working on about this game, and explain a little bit more about that. But also, yeah, again, code is up if you guys want to pop in. We're going to need your help. That is perfect. That is absolutely glorious. I love it. But yeah, I'm liking the game. The worst thing I can say about the game is the graphics are a bit wonky at times, and I really don't mind the graphics. Like, I'll be honest. If I had to put on a, say, like, I guess, like, tier list of things in a game that matter to me most, graphics is really towards the bottom. Graphics is, like, towards the bottom for me when I decide, like, how much I like a game. I like a quality content game with meh graphics. Because graphics will always age out. Story writing will never age, is kind of my way of it. You're in my stream, Bloom. The stream of Metamaxis. Why does this game lag a bit, but San Andreas is a bigger map and doesn't lag on Switch? I think that's because in San Andreas, you don't have all the little things that each of the Pokemon do. it's important to remember that with Pokemon, even compared to other games like, you know, other open world games like Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, San Andreas, you know, Grand Theft Auto, it is important to remember that Pokemon has a lot more background processes running. You know, it needs to constantly load in the natures of every single Pokemon on screen, the levels, the stats, the typings, the moves. It needs to be constantly crunching all of these little individual things. Whereas if you've got, you know, NPCs 17 through 804, well, that NPC only has a specific data bank that it has to pull from. So, like, okay, this pulls from this. Whereas, you know, okay, say 20 feet away is loading in EEVEE, non-shiny, nature, blah, blah, blah. Whatever nature, attack, this, level, move, this. And it's doing that for every single Pokemon. So basically, this game is working absolute overtime on everything. Okay. We are going to test out something that I was told will help, like, get more dens. Go to System Settings. Do not change the date. You need to change the timing, but not the date. Let's see. Internet Data Management, EEVEE, Themes, Notification Control, Settings, System. System, Language, Region, Date and Time. Off. Time Zone, Date and Time. What you do is you need to change the hour. Oh, PM. Let's see, 11. What you need to do is you need to basically change the minutes and the hour. If you change the actual date, it will lock you out of time-related events. So this is how we're going to be able to get more the raid dens. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Manually take over a minute. Launch Scarlet via wait for it to manually click over. Okay. Because if you change the date, it will lock you out of anything time-oriented. So, we basically just have to wait a couple of minutes. It will then tick over to functionally what is in-game tomorrow. And it will load in the new raids. So, that's gonna be good. Where's that one raid? I had the raid over here. There it is. It'll be faster to just go this one. So yeah, it's in the Elgaman Fancy, how you doing? So many emotions. I can't focus on just one. I want all Arcaria forms. Dusk in a den. Nice. Wait, Dusk, Lycanroc is just raid den? Fun. Also again, guys, don't forget, leave a like on the stream if you haven't done so already, and you know, please do subscribe for more. You guys are the ones that keep everything around here going. You are sick. I would recommend a nice bowl of soup, a hot shower, and plenty of bed rest and pillows. Hey, Mary Peacher, how you doing? Welcome in. Every time I fall down a massive distance in this game, I still get that weightless feeling in the pit of my stomach, like I am like on a roller coaster, and I hate it. Like, for those who don't know, I detest roller coasters. I am very, very squeamish and very queasy, and like riding roller coasters, flying on airplanes, that weightless feeling in my stomach, I absolutely do not like it. Oh, you got your first crash, Jared. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we all get our first crash eventually. I gotta connect to the internet. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so it actually didn't disconnect from the internet. Okay. Water EEVEE TERA raid. Challenge as a group again. If you guys want to pop in, we need your assistance for these. Date glitch, worship Pokemon. Cool. Oh, okay. Cannot join. Strange. Well, it didn't boot me out from online mode. Challenge as a group. Challenge again. Yeah, the date change glitch still works. The date change thing. Well, it's not even a date change glitch. I wouldn't call it a glitch. It's just exploiting the programming loop. No, it's just an exploitation of the programming loop. This is water EV, so we'll go with you. Yeah, it's not really a glitch. Like, a glitch is, I would say, you do something, and then doing that thing causes something in the game to, like, to change randomly for an unintended effect. I wouldn't really call this a glitch. I'd say this is more of an exploit, but even though, like, that kind of blurred line, like, glitch exploit's kind of the same thing. Like, I mean, I wouldn't really call this a glitch. I would not really call this a glitch. I'd just call this a program loop. I mean, it's not even a program. It's just explaining the programming loop. I call it more of a bypass. Super Victory is using the Cyril Edge. Super Victory is using the Cyril Edge. But yeah, let's go. And again, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you guys all for coming out. Let's go. Battling. So, Scario discussion points. Pros, cons. Graphic bugs. Crashes. Yeah. Best big brain move I've never seen is someone doing the fight with the... I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. Dragon move. Oh yeah, right. You're like level 100 on your entire team, where mine like level 70. I mean, I'm not even level 70. I'm super under level compared to you guys, and I just find that hilarious. Okay. Shiny Palma. Yeah. This was the second shiny I found in this game. I just randomly found it while I was training, and the reaction for that is actually going to be going up a lot, in probably tomorrow. And because I was using Bellabolt on my team because I wanted an electric type. Because I generally like having a grass, fire, water core, or just like ways of beating all the starter types in the game. And I mean, I had a fire type, like I want something to beat water types. And I just stumbled into a shiny Palm. I was like, you know what? This is replacing Bellabolt. It's a shiny Palmet. I'm not gonna find anything better than this. First shiny I found. First shiny I found, or first shiny I caught, Mudkip. Because the first shiny I found ever was a shiny Onyx. That absolutely steamrolled and KO'd my entire team in Platinum, and I didn't catch it. Because it knocked my entire team out. My favorite starter is Infernape. Well, Chimchar. My favorite starter is Chimchar, well, the Chimchar family. But also, again, guys... Oh, talking Scarlet Violet. That was a Gulpin. That was a Gulpin. The first Gulpin I saw in the entire game, I was just out training. Shiny Gulpin. Oh, favorite starter in Scarlet Violet. Oh, Fuecoco. It's Fuecoco by a very significant margin. I love the Fire Pepper Croco of Doom. I absolutely love him. He is very, very fun. No, it's a Gulp Jakey. It's a Gulp Jakey, Matt. It is a Gulp Jakey. Fly. I will say, for as much as I was not fond of Braviary just flying around and just doing that as the shiny method, the shiny hunting method, I like how they actually counteracted that, where if you fly too long, your rate of decline will just drop off a cliff. I like that. I do like that. They counteracted the one issue of shiny hunting. I mean, the other counteracted the other issue of that. Flying. Let's go, everyone. Thing is up. Link code is there. If you guys want to pop in, we're gonna need you. Let's go. Hidden loading zones, which make seem like crash. Here we go. My order of the favoriting for the starters for this game is Fuecoco by a mile, Quaxley, then Sprigatito. I was actually surprised to find out that Sprigatito's final form is actually dark. I thought it was psychic. I was like, oh, I was like a psychic type. Okay. Of my favorite first stages, it goes Rowlet, Chimchar, Quaxly, Fuecoco. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, for me, my favorites are basically, like, I consider the whole line as a whole. I don't really see it as, like, the separate stages, the individual things. I see it as, like, one part of a larger whole. Like, my feelings for this go to this, to this, to this. They all are one continuous string. But, I mean, that is just my way of seeing things, and I know that my way of seeing things is vastly different. Found a Fido in the water. Ah, so you also found the aquatic Fido. Because, yeah, I found, a Fido. I posted actually a video about this. It was a Fido that was just running around under the water in the first area of the game. And it was just amazing. But also, guys, please do not use any post-game Pokemon. So, like, and any of the post-game exclusive things like legendaries, do not use. Yeah, okay, yeah, so you saw the aquatic Fido that I found. You saw the aquatic Fido, so yeah. Don't use anything that's from post-game, because a lot of people still haven't beaten the game yet, and they don't want to see the late-game stuff, so please don't use them. Off topic, what have you played? I have not. I have not played any, I'm not an open world game kind of person. Like, I play Pokemon, but I don't really play open world games. I'm very much like RPGs, well, turn-based games. I mean, the closest I could say is like Xenoblade, but even then, Xenoblade is a turn-based RPG mapped out into a open world game, but done so beautifully. It's like a Pokemon with a quark drive photosynthesis. I have no idea what that is. I have absolutely no idea what that is, Mary Pichu. I have yet to beat the game. Crash. POV on Pokemon. I love that cold. It's literally, the guy is freaking moist critical. Like, again, that's the thing I love, is the writing for this game has been so fantastic. It just makes me laugh. I tried to get the moist critical as my icon, but couldn't find him. Something. Yep. I love this game. It's just, there is so much about this game that I love. It literally just looks like moist critical. I freaking love it. Rhyme was hilarious. Iono, fantastic. Larry, can we get a moment of appreciation for Larry? Because I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that Iono is so on the nose as far as streamers go, and of course, I do stream, I do record, and I do make stuff, I would say, yeah, Larry is my favorite gym leader in the game, probably favorite character, but it's because I am, close to that whole thing of I do stream, I do make content, and that is so exactly on the nose for a satire of how we are. I just freaking love it. It's so good. Hey, nice to start on your VGC lineup. Delightful. Always good to be starting out on that VGC stuff. But wait for, that's what I'm talking about. It's just great. Also, Ghost Dog. We love Ghost Dog. We love the Ghost Dog. I'll be honest, my main reason for loving Ghost Dog, my main reason for loving Ghost Dog is it was banned from Smogon so freaking fast because of its signature move, which the more of its allies that have been fainted, the more damage its signature move does. The fact that they just insta-banned that thing is like, yeah, that's the reason why I don't like Smogon. They ban things before, like, letting people acclimate to something and figure stuff out. It's like, yeah, it can rise to 300 base power. But the thing is, the only way it can get to 300 base power is if it is the last Pokemon on your team. Like, it can only do that if this is literally the end of the fight for you. It is literally do or die. And it's like, yeah. I get why you think that's a bit not good, because yeah, it's ridiculously powerful. But at the same time, you have to consider, well, if you're stomping, if you've gotten them that far down in the game, they're on the ropes. They have lost every member of their team so far. So I would say that counterbalances things. But like, that is just me. Yeah, I know Tyranitar has Sandrush and Tyranitar is in this game. But the other thing is, Intimidate works, Normal type works, it's a physical attack, so Intimidate stomps it, Burn stomps it. You also have to be on your last Pokemon in order for it to actually be as effective. It's like, I would say that counterbalances out. Like, you basically need to sack your team to get this thing. And then again, Scarfers. Like, Scarfers work. Other Sandrush users work. Resistances, they work. It's like, okay. But again, like, that highlights my reasonings I don't like Smogon, is that they just will ban things like that on a whim. Let's go. Are you connected to the internet, Jays? Are you connected to the internet? Because you kind of need to be connected to the internet. Yeah, leveling is not hard to do in this game. Leveling is not hard to do. It's just, you just need to do some raids. Are you sure you're putting in the code right? Because it could be that. Is anyone else having trouble getting in? Yeah, oh yeah, KX, not X. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that it was just that. Okay. Who needs Wi-Fi when Mississippi? Yeah. Yeah, K and X, they do look very much similar. They do look very similar for this. Oh, you're playing on your phone. Okay. Meowscarada is kind of growing on me. Like, I think that this speaks volumes to how good the starter signature moves are. That when you consider one of them boosts speed every time it is used. One boosts special attack every time it is used when it itself is a special attack. And the other is a move that will always crit and will never miss. And I would say that the worst of the signature moves for the starters is Meowscarada's. That speaks volumes for how amazing a free special attack boost and a speed boost is. That a guaranteed crit is that good. Of all the starters I've grown on, first I'd like Scarlet only. I mean, they've grown on me as well. I mean, that's the way it is with all starters for me. Torch Song, yeah. The only Sandrusher user is Daylight and Rock in this metagame. It's not usable. Don't watch this on my phone. Yeah. Again, I mean, this is also kind of like the funny thing about Smogon, and one of the other reasons I kind of laugh at like any of its judgments is Pokemon games are not made for full battles. Like, we oftentimes forget that Pokemon games are not made for 6v6 full battles. The official rules for single battles are 3v3s. So that's what the moves are designed for. They're not designed for 6v6 full battles, because that's just not the rules. That's just not what they do. Jared's about to test. Money Glad, please stand by. Okay, Jared, you got it. And yes, that is a Hypno. Hypno is in the game. Hypno is in the game. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. The official battles are 3v3. Yeah, official battles are 3v3. If it's singles, it's 3v3. If it's doubles, it's 4v4. Which is one of the reasons all raid levels give shards. All raid levels give shards. It's higher levels give more shards. Like, that's the thing that I find, like, most amusing about Smogon's rules. Is that Smogon's rules are made for a format that the games are not designed to be played in. You know, it's like designing, it's like building a car for racing, but you're building a car for long-term for long-term maximum speed, but doesn't have, you know, great acceleration. So long-term it goes really fast, but it needs time to get up to that speed. But you're building it for a race that's like, yeah, acceleration is all that matters. You're basically judging something and basically creating determinations for something in a system it is not designed for. And that's the thing that I find the most hilarious thing about Smogon. This raid's 100% catch. I think raids are 100% catch rate. These new sprites, these Pokemon, like Sword and Shield, sprites, Dynamax, Dance, Masquerada, Club, Protean. Yeah, it's literally Protean now. Yeah, I'm so glad they gave it. I freaking love that it got Protean. Like, yeah, get dunked on. Greninja, get dunked on. Because like, I think that it's gonna turn into like a less broken version of Greninja. I think that's because like. The fact that, because it makes sense, like, you know, its name literally comes from masquerade. So, like, yeah, it would put on a mask for new typing. That makes sense. I like that. I do like that. The other thing is, it's going to be more balanced than Greninja was, because it's just not going to have the ridiculous base speed that Greninja had. Yeah, they did nerf Protean. And that's the other thing, they nerfed Protean. They nerfed Protean, which I'm glad for. Yeah, I love that. I freaking love that. Because, like, yeah, Protean was a problem. Protean was a massive problem, and it needed to be... Like, they nerfed Intrepid Sword. I think they nerfed Contrary, too. Like, they nerfed a lot of things. But I think that Quaxly will be the best, because, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that Quaxly is going to be the best competitively. Because it literally has Moxie and a move that boosts its speed. It literally has the same combo that I used for my Gyarados in Sword and Shield. I used a Max Airstream Moxie Gyarados build for my Gyarados in VGC, and it was a lethal destroyer of worlds. Now, Quaxly literally has that, with a better offensive typing, and a better defensive typing, and it's amazing. But the thing is, I mean, the thing that's going to be holding Quaxly's final stage back is it needs to snowball. Like, it needs that initial thing to get going for it to be able to start snowballing. If it doesn't have that initial burst to get ahead, if you shut that thing down cold at the start, or like you... Well, the thing is, it's going to be very easy to know exactly what it's going to be doing. Like, Quaxly, you know exactly what it's going to have to do. It needs to go in, it needs to set up Aqua Step, it needs to set up those boosts. So anything with Water Absorb, Storm Drain will body it. Heavy Water typing will body it. It's not going to be that broken, because it's not Urshifu. You know, it's not Urshifu where it will literally bypass defensive boosters with auto crits. Hey, Garag, welcome in. I don't think that it's going to be too broken. every water of which there are two, both of which were considered legendary tier category. Not every water fighting type. Not every water fighting type. Remember, Poliwrath. Remember, Poliwrath is also water fighting. Remember, Poliwrath is also water fighting. And it's kind of ass. Also, Keldeo's a mythical, not a legendary. Yeah, like... The thing is, the thing that held back... I mean, the only thing that makes Keldeo... Like, Keldeo was good with specs. Keldeo was a specs abuser. So I don't think that it's kind of a fair assessment to point on those, because you gotta remember, when it came to Keldeo and it came to Urshifu, what made them such monsters was their abilities and signature moves. Like, Urshifu is a menace to society, because its ability literally bypasses Protect, and its move will always auto-crit. So it bypasses any defensive boosting, it bypasses Intimidate, and then you have Keldeo, which, you know, it's kind of not a fair thing to put Keldeo with that, because Keldeo really was only at the pinnacle of its power in black and white rain teams. You know, you take the Keldeo out of the black and white rain teams, it really drops off, because it was specs rain teams. You take it off of that, and it kind of drops off. Like, it's still very good, but it's nowhere near the same level of proficiency, because it lost a huge amount of power. And, you know, it's the combination of the rain with the specs. Plus its ability, which made it so that, yeah, if you want to use, you know, dark moves, which back then dark was even better than it is now, you know, you switch into Justified, well, now I can go mixed. You know, Quaxcaval, I don't think is going to be anywhere near to the same caliber as they were. I think it'll be very good, but I think it'll be a lot more balanced, just because it doesn't have an out-and-out initial power ability. It needs time to snowball. You know, it doesn't bypass Protect, it doesn't auto-crit, it doesn't have the same rain power with specs, and I think Quaxcaval is going to be powerful, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the same level of potency that those others were. Yeah, I know how to get the ability patch. Why does no one notice that Paldean Tauros has different forms? One of them is water fighting. Honestly, I think it's because most people forget about Tauros existing. I think it's because most of us forget Tauros exists as a Pokemon. I'll be honest. I'll be real. I'll be honest. Also, nice work, Pichu. Nice. Change Pokemon. This is a Psychic EEVEE, so I'm going to Ghost. We're going Ghost. Well, I mean, you gotta remember, like, Tauros is like one of those Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon that never really stood out outside of being in Gen 1. And also, water fighting is exclusive to a game. Like, because I'm pretty sure, like, Scarlet, I think, is like I've heard said that like, Scarlet is the definitive better version. Like, people have, like, looked at, like, the exclusives and think, like, yes, Scarlet's just better. And most of us play by, I think it might be in the other one. Yeah, Anger Point will automatically max out your attack. It's the same thing as, yeah, Anger Point is the exact same thing as... Anger Point is the same as, Belly Drum. Yeah, Belly Drum works the exact same way. It will automatically max out your attack set. Regardless of where your attack set is initially, it will go to the maximum of +6. That means if you're at -6, it auto goes to +6. Belly Drum operates, excuse me, the exact same way. And I love it. Can't participate, just want a 4-star raid for normal. Okay, understandable. Hey, welcome in, Kayla. How are you doing? How is the Kayla? True open world rewarded for exploration curiosity. There we go. Hey, Kayla bringing in that Go-Go Godzilla. Kayla bringing in that Go-Go Godzilla. Love it. Honestly, I love the pseudo-legendary of this game. Like, I'm not even saying that because I got a shiny of it so quickly. I like the design. Like, it looks very pseudo-legendary-esque. It looks like a pseudo-legendary. The other part is that it is an ice-type pseudo-legendary. Again, I'm waiting for Palafin to be banned from OU, giving Paldean throat power. I don't think it's gonna be banned. Because again, it's the same thing as with Quaxley. You need to send it out initially. Hello, welcome in, Connor. Are you new here, Connor Henkes? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Like, I think it's the same thing as with Quaxley. You know what it needs to do. And water is, I think, simultaneously the best and worst typing to have. Because you know so many things have immunity to water. You know, so many Pokemon that are not water types have water absorb, dry skin, storm drain, and it's a very easy switch in. If you tried playing, oh dude, you can't stop it. I would say water absorb. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Smogon decides, okay, this thing is such a problem, we are going to allow trapping abilities. It would be just like Smogon to allow Dugtrio in so that they can shut down Palafin. I would not be surprised if that is what Smogon does. Like, if they do that, I would not be shocked. Because that is exactly the kind of thing that they would do. Also, I love how we bring ghost types and then the NPC now we're going to bring the poison fighting. But welcome in, Connor Hengas. How you doing? Shadowball. Hittable. Hittable. And with that, as EEVEE goes down, you know the way to avoid a Houndstone or the Pokemon set, just use normal types. Just use immunities. Like, there's a lot of good competitive normal types. Wouldn't be shocked if they established Arena Trap. That would be shocked. Well, yeah, but you gotta remember. I mean, that's the other thing, is like, that's the reason why, again, I'm not a big fan of Smogon, is there are a number of things that are, I would say, more busted than things like Arena Trap. Because Arena Trap enables other, like, that's the thing about Smogon, is they deliberately ban entire strategies. You know, yes, they're not fun, like, okay, but you're literally decapitating entire strategies. Which, if they were usable, they would be able to counteract other powerful, overpowered things, which would overall make things a little better, I guess? Like, it feels like, again, I feel like they pick and choose. Welcome in, Joda. Welcome in. I'm making a TERA team of Houndstone normal for that exact reason. That's pretty smart. Normal Houndstone. That's very smart. Hunting shiny Lechonk. Hope your shiny hunt goes well, Connor. I hope it goes very, very well. Yes, I mean, Tyranitar is just awesome, Kayla. Tyranitar is just awesome. We love it. It's so great. Again, there's a reason Tyranitar is my second favorite pseudo-legendary. There's a very good reason. It's my second favorite pseudo-legendary. Oh, this isn't the right one. I want the TM. I want the TM. I want the TM. Give. Oh, Swift, yeah. It doesn't lose. Yeah, it doesn't lose same type of attack bonus. Like, I feel like with a move as powerful as Houndstone's signature move is, you're not gonna need the double down boost of same type attack bonus from Terastallizing. So it's like one of the few instances where a defensive Terastallize makes sense. You know, I think it's one of the few instances where it makes sense. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Handles banning and stuff. Exactly. See, that's the reason why I'm with it, because the other thing you have to remember, Ahsoka, and like that's the important thing to remember about Smogon. Smogon is not an official body. Smogon is basically a group of people a group of like regular fans who themselves are battlers that decide what is banned and what is not banned. And I don't know, when the people making the rules are the people who are themselves also involved in playing, I would say they're not the most clear-minded when it comes to deciding what should be and should not be allowed. Because, like, I mean, even if, like, they go and, like, they can have all the committees, all, like, the voting, all the discussions they want. But you always have to remember, if they are themselves personally involved in playing, there's always that little bit of doubt of, is there bias in things? You know, could it be that, like, maybe someone wants a certain Pokemon to be really good, and that they remove the obstacles? I don't know, like, it's a doubt I always have, is, like, that's why I don't trust them. Is that they are basically a fan body that is treated in a pseudo-official capacity. And I think that is a bit questionable. If I ground Terra type Paldean Fire Tauros and use Raging and Invisibility, I have no idea what Paldean Tauros' thing is. I have no idea what it does. I mean, it's for me, it's like, that's why I go with the official rules. Because I don't like pick here, pick there bans. That's why I love VGCs. It is a blanket statement of Mythicals, event Pokemon, flat banned. Restricted legendaries, these are banned. You know, in normal circumstances. Past access moves, banned. I mean, again, like, the thing with Smogon is that Smogon was originally, like, this is a simulator rule set. Like, okay, this is what applies for, like the thing about Smogon is, and, like, you go back to the origins of it, it was made before things got nearly anywhere this far. It was more so used for people who didn't have official rules. It was before the official rule sets ever were created. And it was used back, you know, before Gen 3. It was established long ago. The real issues of Smogon sort of spiraled out from the addition of successive generations, which turned the thing from a battle simulation thing where it was actually very easy to get access to everything, to a metagame that is based entirely on a simulation. You know, getting access to those Generation 3 event or Generation 3 move, tutor move from the Battle Frontier, Eruption Heat Ran. Like, those are things people cannot get anymore. You know, or you need, like, $700 worth of gaming equipment to get access to them legitimately. It's like, it only works in a simulator. Which is one of the reasons why the Penn State Pokemon Club, we do a rule set like that is based on, like, the Smogon OU rules. But the gym leaders and the Elite Four, they all have, they know what they're typing, they know what their teams are going to be. So, they can spend months in advance, you know, preparing this up. But, like, for other people, like, I don't know what this is coming. So, like, they can't get those access to those exclusives. So, that's not allowed because you can't have it. Yeah. But that's why I say the VGC rule set is better. Because if it is not obtainable right now, using only the resources available in the present game you are playing, it is not allowed. I think that is the best way of running a rule set, because it's fair. Okay, it's not fair for everyone, because yes, there's always going to be an element of needing to go out and grind, and there's always a time availability issue to bring into consideration. But it's more fair to have availability limited to a single game than bringing in other things. I mean, that's just really my way of looking at things is, you know, I would rather blanket this, we're all in the same box. We can't go outside the box. We can only have what is inside what we are allowed to use. I think that is the most fair way of handling things, rather than, you know, rules where, oh, you don't have $800 worth of gaming stuff, well, you can't use this thing. I think that's kind of screws over people in the wrong way. You know, I get why their rules are the way, because their rules are designed with everything that is theoretically possible in consideration, which is it's well intentioned, but fundamentally flawed in that it is impossible to actually happen. You know, it's well-intentioned, but flawed execution is kind of the way to really describe Smogon, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Exactly, Ahsoka. Well-intentioned, but fundamentally flawed. Yeah, Okay, yeah, there are certain Pokemon that are just impossible to get access to anymore. I mean, like Eruption Heatran. You cannot, I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I say like, they should, honestly, the games should allow you to get access to those moves again. It's been a long time and they should be given access to them. But I get why they don't, because again, those are legacy moves, those are things from events, and they don't do reruns of those events. But I mean, I still think that they should give access to them at some point. Yeah, you need to hack and gen them, which, you know, you're cheating at that point. So, like, it's... Yeah... Yeah, it's something that it puts pressure to hack and gen, which I think is problematic. My friend thought of all the EEVEE raids a large... Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think there's ever going to be another EEVEE evolution. I mean, a lot of that goes into marketing reasons. I mean, I think that a marketing reason is probably the best reason, but they're not going to add another one. Because you gotta remember, it is far more profitable to market EEVEE on its own and then have peripheral for all the other peripheral merchandise for all the other forms that people will go and buy than specifically market a single form, because then you won't have as much exposure of the other forms, as much interest in the other forms. You'll have, you know, a big spike for one, but it won't diffuse out as easily to the other forms. But if you get people attached to the base, they will diffuse out into all the other ones simultaneously. So it just makes more sense to really not add more of them. I mean, if there will be an EEVEE typing. I don't think they're going to add another one. Because remember, when they added Glaceon and Leafeon, Grass and Ice were not new to Generation 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to get another EEVEE form, but I would say anything is possible. Like, I did not think they would ever give Bisharp an evolution. I was wrong. And that they gave Bisharp an evolution. I didn't think they would ever remove Mega Evolutions. They did. So, like, I would say it is unlikely, but I would not say it is impossible, is kind of the best way to say it, is the best way to put it. If you dragon, just remember this person. Well, the thing is, there was originally going to have been a dragon-type form for it. Back in Generation 6, they actually were going to make a dragon-type form. The reason that they didn't make one was they didn't want it to overshadow Sylveon and the new fairy types. So they just scrapped it. Yeah. There was going to be one and they just scrapped it because like, we don't want to overshadow Sylveon and we don't want to overshadow fairy types. And I just find that hilarious. Like, yeah, you went out with this whole new typing designed to obsolete Dragon. And you're worried about that overshadowing the type you literally designed to kill it and its kind. If that is not irony, I don't know what is. I freaking love that. Just play both. It has to be an outshot home run. Yeah, but remember, you gotta remember the reason why. The reason why is they were adding fairy type, and by this point, like, publicizing it was a bigger thing. I mean, you gotta remember, back when Espeon and Umbreon were out, Pokemon was nowhere near the world media juggernaut it was back in Gen 6. Like, yeah, Gen 6 was about 10 years ago, but it was still, like, the second biggest gaming, it probably was, like, the biggest gaming franchise in the world 10 years ago. And marketing at that point is a lot more important than it was back in Gen 2. When back in Gen 2, they didn't care. Like, back in Gen 2, we're like, okay, Psychic was a bit too strong. We need to add something to make it a little more fun for players to just not get blasted by Psychic types. So we'll add, you know, this new thing that's a brick wall. Whereas with Fairy, they went out of their way to make a spectacle of it, to basically build marketing exclusively around it. And the potential thing of all that advertising they're building up being overshadowed by something else, that's a no-go. Like, that is an ultimate no-go. It still is just for Yeah, it still is. It's still huge. But when you get to that kind of size, you need to start considering the potential chances of things you're doing overshadowing other things you're doing. And do I think it was a good idea to do that? No. But it does make sense. Even if it doesn't make sense to us, I can see the corporate logic behind it. Okay, there we go. I can understand the corporate logic behind why they did it. And after the Pokédex was revealed, there was 71. There was 71 Pokemon in XY, new ones. I would say it's 9.5 out of 10. I don't think any game is ever a perfect 10. Like, for me, 9.5 out of 10 is a perfect 10 for most people. I think it's impossible for any game to ever be perfect, but yeah, I would rate this game up there with Black and White Gen 5. I would say, yeah, fantastic game. The thing is, I don't really mind the graphical bugs, because we actually mentioned this a little bit earlier in the stream, is, for me, graphical glitches, I just don't mind them. Because I care about, like, the content of the game. You know, is the game fun to play? Is the dialogue entertaining? Is, you know, the game paced well? That to me matters more than, like, graphical things. Because, I mean, I play Pokemon for all things. I don't play, like, the hyper beefy, super realistic games. I just don't really care much for graphics. I mean, I love Black and White, but I wouldn't say Black and White's a 10 out of 10, because I don't think anything's ever a 10 out of 10. But I would say it is as close to perfect as you can get. The only real issue I can say with Black and White is that there are some problems, namely in making every Pokemon a bit too good, because every Pokemon in Black and White actually does have a good kit in its own way. By having that, it really doesn't make anything stand out too heavily from each other, because that's actually the thing that we've noticed a lot of times with Pokemon games. You need Pokemon that are bad for the good ones to stand out. Like, if everything is good, then nothing stands out. And that actually happened with Black and White. The other thing is that it went a bit too ambitious. You know, it went a bit ambitious, and by going a bit ambitious, it may have been unable to do other things. I mean, I still think Black and White is a fantastic game. Writing, gameplay, story, everything about it I think is fantastic. I love it. In doubles, Paldean will be fine, but in singles, the cost of switch is negligible. See, that's another fundamental reason I don't play singles. That's why I don't play singles. Plus, I mean, also in doubles, you've got just Intimidate spam, which is going to absolutely crush it. So it's not going to be a threat. Because just Intimidate spam. And I love it. What do you mean, Mary Peach? Dragon form of what? Yeah, a dragon form of EEVEE was going to have been added in Generation 6, but they just took it out. They just didn't make it, because they didn't want to overshadow Sylveon. And, like, well, to an extent, the entire fairy typing. Yeah. Yeah. I just find that very, ironic. My friends don't battle me because they hate doubles. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense why people don't like doubles. Oh, Intimidate spam might not even solve that. Clear Pendant negates Intimidate. I think it doesn't negate Intimidate like once. Yeah, but then at that point, well, you have to eschew something like, say, Focus Sash or Choice Band. You know, then you're eschewing another item that is, like, I would say, also very valuable. And there's other means of damage mitigation: Reflect, Burn. There's other ways. there's other ways of damage mitigation that are not simply just intimidate spam, and there's gonna be ways around it. There's ways around it. It's got enough bulk to not need sash. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think Palafin's gonna be that bad. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Because again, there's Burn, which Burn would just outright destroy it. Burn would outright destroy that thing. Also, remember on Espeon and the same generation, they nerfed Psychic. Yeah, but the thing is, back then, they didn't worry about marketing. Because remember, back when we went over this whole thing actually before you came back, Mary, which was back in Gen 2, marketing and considerations of things overshadowing other things, they just didn't care about it back then. Because Pokemon was like a notably sizable franchise back then, but it was nowhere near the massive media juggernaut it is today. I mean, these days Pokemon is like the biggest gaming franchise in the world. Even 10 years ago, it was still up there. But back when Gen 2 came out, it was not that big, and they just didn't really care about things like that. Whereas with Generation 6, they actually did care about, we need to focus on marketing. Marketing needs to be important for this. It's the comparisons for that are completely different due to the environment of the world. Due to the environment of this, like, gaming as it is right now. Well, I mean, 10 years ago compared to what it was back when Gen 2 came out, they're completely different. And it's very difficult to draw any comparisons because fundamentally there is so much different about back then back then and then even further back then. Unless a glitch, Plague ruins the game. I don't think glitches are gonna be a problem. I don't think glitches are really a big issue for me. Like, I've had the game crash on me a couple of times, but the autosave function completely negates that. And even when the only time it's ever crashed on me was when I was in union circle things with people. So like outside of that, it never really affects me. 1 sec, I'll back. I gotta get some water again. Hydrate or dehydrate, people. Hydrate or dehydrate. came back just in time. Coming back just in time as the battle begins. Delightful. Just realized video for fine. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Actually, Palafin will definitely be okay in doubles. My single solution is Scarlet with Storm Drain in doubles. Yeah. Yeah, like, I am looking forward. Wow, that was just absolutely over in a blink of an eye. Like, I am looking forward. I said this in the Discord. I don't think I sent it to you, Matt. But I am looking so much forward to VGC, the winner being a freaking sushi platter. I am looking so much forward to Tetsuragi just becoming the absolute destroyer of worlds in doubles. Because, like, yeah, that's just very amusing. It's like, yeah, this little tiny little fish thing. This little tiny dragon sushi platter that goes and just annihilates everything. I love it. Yeah, I know. I saw Mary. I saw. You guys don't need to repeat posts. I saw. Let's see. Do we have some more? We definitely have some more things. We definitely have some more glowy ones. Yes, there's one over there. So where's the other? Is there more? Let's see. No. No. All right. Okay, there's another one over there too. Okay. Oh, there's another one over there. So actually, I'll go to this one because this one's actually super close. There we go. It's all right. But yeah, I'm liking this. I'm very much enjoying everything with this. All right. Goodbye, Connor. Have a good day. Wait, why am I going this way? My raid is over here. The raid is over here that I saw that was a raid marker. That's specifically why I came over, because it was super, super close by. There we go. Flying like an eagle into the future. But yeah, I'm enjoying this game. I like it. Favorite new Pokemon, Skeledirge is like it's a three-way tie between Skeledirge, Tinkaton, and Baxcalibur. I love all of them. So it is a very close three-way tie. I think Skeledirge might just be the winner of that tie just because I've had so much fun using it. But yes, I love them. I freaking love them. Expiration. Yeah, I'm liking it. I am enjoying it. Yeah, I love it. Salmon Card Weapon. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know when I'm gonna get back to playing Salmon Run or Splatoon really all that much, Mudcap. Like, I mean, I still like Splatoon. I still enjoy the game. But it's kind of one of those things where Splatoon came out, and then, like, Scarlet Violet came out. And Scarlet Violet was a game changer of a game that it's competing with, like, it's competing with Scarlet Violet. Like, it's no contest. I love this game. But, I mean, I don't know, like, again, I look forward to what Salmon Run and like Splatoon brings. But yeah, I think Skeledirge is just awesome. I think it's pretty cool. I like Skeledirge. Baxcalibur, I'm biased towards Baxcalibur. I got a shiny of it super fast. It was legitimately my fastest shiny hunt I've ever had. And if I ever get a faster shiny hunt, I'll be legitimately shocked. Because the odds of that were 6 in 4,096. Let me do a quick math thing for what that is. Because, like, I'm fairly certain that is probably my highest one. So 6 divided 4,096. Let's see what that is. I mean, I guess... We don't divide the 4,000 by the 6. That's what it is. I did the math wrong. Yeah, that was my fastest shiny hunt. That was ridiculous. So 4,096 divided by 6. Yeah, that's about 1 in... The odds of that happening, the odds of getting a shiny from that were about 1 in 682. So, I mean, well, 682.6 repeating indefinitely. So, round up to about 1 in 683. So, yeah, pretty rare. That's a pretty rare thing to get, and I love it. And I'm freaking happy on that. I am freaking happy for that. That was my fastest shiny hunt ever. So, yeah, it was, I didn't think anything would ever beat the speed at which I got my Grubbin. Grubbin was the first shiny hunt we ever did on the channel. That was back when we hit our 100 subscriber milestone. I didn't think anything would beat it. We got that in 30 eggs on the dot. Oh, shut up, Mudkip. The longest hunt is shiny Ho-Oh, which is still not finished. You can shut the heck up. You can shut up, Mudkip. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be resuming the Ho-Oh DAs. I just don't know when. I just don't know when we're going to be resuming the Ho-Oh DAs. Because as much as I enjoy them, I kind of just want to play this game a lot more. You know, I'm liking this game. I want to play it a lot more. And, I mean, we'll get to Ho-Oh. We'll get back to Ho-Oh probably in a little less than a week or so. It'll probably be only a couple of days before. It'll probably be, what? You know, maybe a week before we get back to the Ho-Oh grind. But it'll happen eventually. We know it'll happen eventually. Yeah, we don't have Terrestrialize yet. We need one more attack. There we go. Okay. I hope my Terra type is Rock on this one. I don't remember if it is or not. I think it might be, or it's Poison. I mean, it's Rock or Poison. It's a base form. I didn't get a Speckled Gamora. Okay, it is Terra Rock. It is Terra Rock. So that's good. Honestly, Glamora covered in crystals like that, it looks so fitting. It looks so fitting, I love it. Power Gem. Doesn't really do all that much, jeez. I mean, granted, EEVEE is, I mean, it's got that shield up, so it is taking a lot less damage. I do like how they transitioned from the, how they applied the whole Dynamax Den shield mechanic to this where, yeah, they have, you know, a damage reduction barrier, but it's not nearly like the same kind of thing, and I like this. I think we probably will break it maybe this turn. Okay, no, we need another turn of it. Okay. Bite. Yum, 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 yum. Well, the good thing is it's just targeting me. Now, that's the good thing about EEVEE targeting me, is I can take these hits. There we go. There's the breaking, and I think it's gonna go for the kill. Wow, it didn't. Okay. EEVEE bite. Yum, 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 yum. EEVEE go nom nom nom. There we go. Now the shield is shattered. Now we go for the throat. Now we go for the throat. And now EEVEE goes down. Why is this thing taking so much to go down? Why do you not go down, EEVEE? I know that you have a Calm Mind stacked up, but seriously, EEVEE, thank you for going down. Yeah, I'm liking the game. I'm liking the changes they made to Terra raids. The changes they made from Terra raids into from Dynamax Adventures. So I'm liking it. Oh, Leaf Stone. Okay, that'll be helpful. They give you a good means of getting EEVEE, because they made EEVEE quite rare in this game. I mean, most people are going to have a hard time getting EEVEE. Some people will find EEVEE quite easily, or will find a part of the EEVEE family quite easily. But, yeah, this is a great way of giving access to everything. Alright, so that is one more down. Tandem Mouse. Kind of need to get with that later. Where is the... There it is. There's the marker. I can just fly over there. Fly like an eagle into the future. Yeah, this has been fun. This has been very, very fun. I'm not sure how much longer the stream is going to be going for, but we'll probably go until... Actually, we'll probably go to like 3 something in the afternoon, I think is what we can go for. This is gonna be a bit of a long one. This is gonna be like the 3-4 p.m. This is gonna be a long one. We are gonna likely be resuming this another stream later today with shiny hunting. Well, not shiny hunting, with the main story playthrough for Scarlet Violet. Well, the main playthrough of Violet, not Violet, Scarlet. There we go. Down to the group. EEVEE, another one. Fighting type, punchy EEVEE. Link code with friends. That way you guys can pop in. Change Pokemon. Veluza, because this thing is weak to Psychic. And I would like Veluza to have some stuff. But yeah. I like it. But yeah, Mudkip, you can be quiet with that, the longest shiny hunt. You can, you know the longest one we had. You know the longest one we had was the, you know why it was the longest hunt we had. So yeah, not fun for a hero. Not fun for a hero. It was fun. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed everything. What was I gonna say something. There was something else I was gonna say. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Maybe I didn't have anything else to say. Yeah. And this is the also day where the stuff ended. So I think I'm probably gonna go like just solo for the rest of for some of these hunts for a while. Until like stuff starts just picking up again. I think I'm gonna go solo for stuff. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go until we get some people coming back in. We're gonna start doing solo. There we go. There's a poll. Well, let's start a poll for this. Enjoying. There you go. Alright, let's... So, I've noticed, for some reason, it seems whenever I do this, it will give me... Sometimes it gives me the same group of people, like the same Pokemon, like there was, I kept getting Sneasel, Weasel, and, Toxicroak, just the same time over and over and over and over and over and over again last night. But now I'm doing this, and it gives me a whole bunch of different people. I don't know what changed. Maybe it's... I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just Pokemon that, like... I do wonder how it does this. I do wonder it, though. I don't know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, we're just gonna do some TERA raids. We're doing TERA raids for stuff and things. Alright, next EEVEE done. Where are you? Not where are you, Pikachu, but where are you, EEVEE? Searching. There it is. I knew there was one more. Normal. I think that might be the last one. Let's see. Yes, I think that is the last of the EEVEE dens for right here. So then we're going to go do another cycle. We're going to, just of course, like, take the day over. We're going to let the day roll over, and then we're going to get a new set of raids. So, yeah. Very good. Castle Royale Lake. I do like this lake. I do very much like this lake. Like that. TM Dragon Claw. Delightful. Always need some TMs. Always need some more TMs. I got mixed feelings on how this game handled TMs. I like that they went for sort of a hybrid of the TRs and traditional TMs. But I overall think Gimmighoul. Always look for Gimmighoul. I also realized that if you can hear a Gimmighoul making its noises, that means there's one nearby. And, yeah, I didn't realize that was the... I do like how if you land on a Pokemon, it just bounces you back upwards. I do find that very, very amusing. Veluza's Mold Breaker is terrifying. I made a massive flub when I was playing... you guys were here for this massive flub. But it was when I was playing Scarlet on stream. I was like, oh, I'm putting a water type with my Cloud. I'll just send on my Clodsire against this thing because it's got water absorb against a water type that bodies my entire team. Only to remember last second, wait, this thing has Mold Breaker. This thing laughs at my my water absorb, and then proceeded to get utterly dunked on repeatedly by a Mold Breaker Veluza. Yeah. Not fun for our hero. Not fun for our hero. But yeah. Here we go. EEVEE, this is normal. Honestly, I don't know why, but I would have expected this would have been the TERA hat for the rock type. I kind of get why it's normal, because, like, it's just a jewel, and the rest of the body is covered in crystals, so it makes sense. But I don't know, I kind of would have expected that this would have been the rock type's look for its TERA thing, just a giant crystal. But, I mean, again, I get why they didn't. I get why they didn't. There we go. And with that, we're going to take this thing down. And with that, we're going to take this EEVEE down. Bloop. Go scatter around the toxic flaky thing. And delete it with the power of Power Gem. Deletion. Delightful. Delightful. Okay. I'm looking forward to the left flag of the Forbidden One. Exactly. The Forbidden One is doing stuff with things. Exodia is doing Exodia things. It is exoding stuff and things. Normal Terra Shard, delightful. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to like maybe 3:30 is when we're gonna end off, and then we're gonna start up another Dynamax session later. Like we're gonna do another, not Dynamax session, another set of streams later tonight. Heracross, Heraboss the Heracross. Let's see, where is there any more? Because I'm pretty sure after you do a Terra raid, I think another raid will appear somewhere in the overworld. But I also could be wrong on that. Okay, so now we go system, we take over the day. I am gonna need to take over my clock, my game to I'm gonna need to recorrect everything later. System, not system, no system. Date and time. Synchronize date time, hour 11 p.m. Tick this up to 57. So that way it rolls over. We get a new day, get a new loadout of things. And I think I should go get some more Pokeballs, because I'm going to need them. Because I'm going to very much need those. But yeah, I got stuff and things planned. I got stuff and things planned. I need Pokeballs. So I don't think that Terra raids are a guaranteed catch, but also I don't really need EEVEE. So yeah, I'll go for 50. Oh, I just realized I didn't even realize how much money I picked up from all the battles against the Elite Four. Yeah, I didn't even realize how much money I picked up from them. That's kind of ridiculous. I need to go and register all these. I need to register some more of these things. I need to register all of the remaining Pokemon centers. I don't have those yet. And I remember this one. I remember this one. Because I remember I did this whole fancy schmancy thing to try and find this one Pokemon Center and find the way to it. And I completely flubbed it. So yeah. I have enough EEVEE Mudkip. I have enough of them. I don't need more. Unless I find a shiny, I likely will not be catching more of them. But yeah. Honestly, if we find a shiny, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I will lose my freaking mind if I find a shiny. I mean, I'm pretty sure you go in this tunnel to get to the Pokemon Center over here. No, no, Mudkip, I don't trust you. Mudkip, I'm sorry, but I don't trust you. As much as I enjoy your company, I don't trust you. Sorry about that, I don't trust you. Yeah, this is the way you gotta go for this place. Like, I get why they have this. They have, like, this little hidden pathway tunnel. But also, that just does not look great when you have, that. There we go. This is probably how you're supposed to get access to the other places. Before. But yeah, there we go. Registered. I will trust you on that, Mudkip. I will trust you on that. See, I will trust you on that one, Mudkip. Not catching them. I will trust you on that. Gimora. Oh, Salazzle. Okay, could catch that. That I am going to be needing for from a Pokedex. There we go. There's a raid. But I also want to find that Salazzle because that's going to be easier for me to get right now. And I don't need to hassle with finding it later. So that is going to be... So we're going to go find the Salazzle. If we can. And then we are going to go for those raid dens. Again, if we can find the Salazzle. I'm not going to spend too long looking for it. But I have a feeling it's going to be here somewhere. I have a feeling it's going to be in here somewhere. Where is it? Where's the Salazzle? Okay, there was no Salazzle. I guess the game lied to me. I guess the game lied to me. Oh, there's a... Oh, there's one... Okay, wow, there's a lot of them that are actually very close to us. Holy crap. Hey, Justin, how you doing? We're doing pretty well. How are you doing? Would you like to join in for some Dynamax... Not some Dynamax Adventures. Would you like to do some raids with us? Because yes, we are doing TERA stall raids for the EEVEE. We're always happy to have you guys pop in. We are connected, right? Not for nothing. Yes, we are connected to the online mode. So yeah, so what we're doing basically is if you guys want to pop in... Ah, you don't have the game yet. Ah. So let me just put you in the lead. Because you are going to be probably our best one just in terms of pure coverage for typing. Alright. We open the groups. Of course, if you guys want to pop in, link code is there. You need to be connected to the internet. And you need to go into the Poke Portal, select TERA Raids, click the magnifying glass icon, and then punch in the link code. But also, guys, again, don't forget to leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you guys are new. You guys are the ones that make this whole channel go round. Also, it's getting a bit warm in here, so I am going to open window, let in some air. Here we go. There we go. But yeah, I've been enjoying the game. I think the game has been fantastic. I'm actually working on a little bit of a script for the video review we're going to be doing on the game. And I've actually been getting a bunch of DMs about this. Will I do a difficulty analysis installment for the game? I think it is fundamentally and intrinsically impossible for me to do a difficulty analysis series on Scarlet Violet. As much as I would love to do that, I think it's just kind of impossible. Because, like, a main thing for this game is if I just said, okay, well, this is the exact pathing you're going to do, it's... The other games had a largely very set pathing. The only game that didn't realistically have a set pathing for what you have to do is paid path, but doesn't truly restrict movement. But yeah, it's like with the older games, there was very much you have to progress this, and this, because you need this HM to get through this place to get to this place. The only times you didn't really have that was, say, with the original game where you needed to, well, you could do things out of order very heavily, and you could, do things out of order a certain way. In the Generation 2 games, you could, right after you beat Morty, well, you could take on either, you could take on Mahogany Town's gym, Cianwood's gym, or Jasmine, right then, in either order you want, but really, that doesn't change a whole lot. That's like one portion of the game. Everything else, up until that point and after that point is laid out, you have to do it in a specific pathway order, and, the other games, there's no really freedom of ability to play the other games in the other way you want. So, with this one, there is no definitive path. There is no, you have to do X, Y, Z before ABC. With this one, it says you can do everyone. Now, there is a little bit of similar, where you do need, say, certain movement things, and you do need to be certain, you do need certain movement augments from, sorry, I'm actually demonstrating it, from just sitting home too much time. You do need to beat certain Titans to get access to certain movement upgrades, to reach certain places, but even then, that is, well, you need the swimming ability to get to the one that allows you to climb. But other than that, you don't need the glide one to get anywhere. You don't need, like, the dash to get places. You don't need to do the gym leaders in whatever order. You can get to the gym leaders, in whatever order you really want. There's, outside of, I think it is outside of the double jump, I don't think you need, outside of the double jump, you don't need any movement augments to reach other areas of the game. So I don't need, the swim power-up to, say, reach the electric gym. I just need to, walk along a path and find a bridge. And I like that. It truly allows this game to be open world and allows you to figure out whatever order you want. The only, you don't need to fight a certain order for things. You can do it in whatever order, and I think that's a fantastic thing that this is the first true open world game. Like, Legends was not open world. Legends was open-ended, but it wasn't open world. You were heavily restricted in where you could go until you do certain criterion. And that's the box. I am gonna fight this box. I want to fight the box. I need more Gimmigold coins. I always require Gimmigold coins. Goodbye, eat Shadow Ball. But how's everyone doing today? And again, guys, don't forget, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you guys are new. You guys keep everything here going round and round. Gimmigold coin. I do like how if you beat the Gimmigold treasure chest ones, you just get so many Gimmigold coins. Speaking of Gimmigold coins, I'll take that. Yeah, if you hear that little noise the Gimmigold make, that generally means, well, it always means that there's a Gimmigold in your vague proximity. And, at first I found it a little annoying, but then I realized, wait, that's just indicating there's a Gimmigold nearby, and I can get the coins. I need the Gimmigold coins. I like that. Hey, we're getting rated by player Zero. How are you doing, Zero? How did your stream go? I'm gonna fight the first gym with level 100 Pokemon, Mudkip. That is a very Mudkip thing to do. That is a very Mudkip thing to do. But how are you guys doing? Welcome in Ghost XYZ, Awkward Mancer, Player Zero. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. And if one of my mods could please go grab Zero's link. How are you doing? What were you streaming? How did the stream go? I hope it went well. What are you grinding for, Ninja? Because if you're grinding for levels, I would highly recommend these TERA style EEVEE raids, as they give out significantly large quantities of experience candy. Ah, Digimon. Interesting. Digimon Cyber Sleuth. So is that Digimon plus Sherlock Holmes? Because that sounds very intriguing. That sounds very intriguing. But again, I'll go grab your link, Zero. Seems that Mudkip is slacking. But if you guys are new, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a subscribe for more. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel. We do a lot of shiny hunting, though, and right now we have been playing this amazing game, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. There's going to be a video review on the game coming out soon as well. I've been working on that in the background, and yeah, it's this game is certainly one. I love this game, and it's getting close to becoming my favorite game of the series. Which, considering my favorite game is Black and White, and I speak the world about Black and White, yeah, that's some pretty high marks to clear, and the game is pretty much almost clearing those. I didn't think it would happen, but the game has been clearing things. It's kind of great. I'm loving the game. Oh, but you're in the game. Very nice. Ah, Veluza. Funny thing, Veluza actually was on my team for the playthrough. It was the last member of this team that I actually picked up, and it has been terrifying. Granted, for most of the time I had it, it was disobeying me. But when I finally got the badge for it to start working, wow, this thing just ripped. It just ripped Areno everything into oblivion. I love it. I love how anytime you get up to do something, Mudkip, like get a drink of water or like adjust something, something always happens. Like, it always happens that way. For those who don't know, when Mudkip gets up, we get raided. When, like, Mudkip gets up, we have the bots invade. And the thing is, this happens with every single one of the mods. Like, anytime, like, my mods are here for, like, out of like a 4 or 5 hour stream. My mods are here for 3.5 to 4.5 hours. So they're only gone. Well, actually, not even that. They're gone for like maybe 5 minutes the entire stream. And the 5 minutes that they are gone, that's when everything goes down. And it's always so entertaining. But again, thank you again. Well, thank you very much, Player Zero, for that. But it always happens. And I will never stop laughing about that. You know, it's very, very amusing. No. But yeah. Well, hi Blaze, how you doing? Also, guys, there's a Discord linked in the description below. Very happy if you guys popped in and joined that. Let's take this thing down with Torps on. Yeah, I don't care about the... Yeah, the Player Zero. Here's the thing. Well, you weren't here for this. But bugs are something that in a game I don't really mind. For me, unless the bug is something that very heavily affects gameplay. Think back Gen 1 of Pokemon, where moves were like moves did not work properly. That is a bug that I would consider. But if it's something like, you know, a graphical texture just looks a little wonky, or a background NPC is just like walking all stuttery, that doesn't, like, for me, affect the game. You know, it doesn't affect the writing of the game, the story of the game, the pacing. It looks a little janky, but it doesn't really affect the game. And, you know, it's just graphical stuff. Exactly, that's exactly my point, Mudkip. You know, because, like, it's kind of like my stance on things is, if graphics were important for me as far as, like, rating a game went, I wouldn't be playing Nintendo. You know, it's graphics are very, very low on the totem pole for me for things, but yeah, I mean, like, the writing, the story, the characters, that, for me, is what I would say is most important. And this game fulfills a lot of those big things. You know, it definitely has its flaws. Like, the map is utter garbage when it comes to finding Pokemon. The let's go mechanic does not freaking work. Your Pokemon will only go like 5 feet in front of you, and they won't battle things, even if they're right in front of you. You know, loading zones are very, very poorly disguised. But, you know, those I don't really mind them. Do the EV and the dens have increased shiny odds? I do not think they have increased shiny odds. I don't think they have increased shiny odds. But I would recommend just doing the EV dens because they give so many great rewards. They give you a lot of EXP candies. They give you a lot of materials, well, EV materials, which are used for crafting a whole bunch of TMs. And, I mean, well, most importantly, is EV is very rare. It is, basically, to find EV in the game normally is very annoying. The evolutions only spawn in certain locations and only in certain weather and, like, very, very rarely. EV itself is incredibly rare, and this gives you access to a whole bunch of EV. So, like, you just get them all evolved easy. You know, I'm not an EV fan. Like, I'll be honest. I don't care for EV. I do not care for EV. But I'm stocking up on them specifically so I can just fill my decks out very quickly. Because finding the other ones and breeding for all of them, which my typical MO when it comes to this is I just go and I just breed. I get one of them and I just breed to get all of them. But this is just easier. Also, the way to join, you need to be connected to the internet. And if you go into Pokeportal, there will be an option that says TERA raids. Select TERA raids. Go over to the magnifying glass. Click that. That will allow you to punch in a link code. The link code for this particular den is RPX4LX, which will allow you to join this raid. Oh, what is Crazy Red? What's Crazy Red? There we go. Welcome in, Deadlock. This EV is going to be bug type. So if you have rock types, flying types, or fire types, highly recommend bringing those. Or, you know, I recommend that. Yeah, I don't care for EV. It's like, I've never really cared for it. A large part of it, I feel, comes from I have owned pets. You know, I've owned pets myself, especially since they were a puppy. You know, I've owned a very small dog for a while. And because Eevee is not a dog or a cat, it's meant to be a vague mammalian concept. It's not meant to be a dog, well, canine or feline. And it kind of goes to this sort of uncanny valley for me where it has enough canine traits for me to find a little bit endearing, but it is distinctly not dog-like enough to off-put me. Because I don't have a good relationship with cats. Cats and me, we don't mix. Anytime I've ever met a cat, they instantly go into kill mode when they meet me. So it's kind of like this uncanny valley sort of thing where it's got too much of one and too much of the other to mesh well. And, like, I mean, other parts, like, just, I never really found it, like, too cute because I always, you know, I had actual pets and sort of that. But yeah, it's kind of a thing that just kind of doesn't really jive with me. Well, the thing is, Eevee is not one thing or another. It's meant to be a, well, thing for evolution. That's one of the reasons why there's a lot of debates about it being this or that. It's meant to just be evolution. It's not meant to be one thing or another. It is meant to just be, like, the vague mammalian concept of a common ancestor. It has a lot of traits with, you know, certain things, but that's why, you know, the different forms of Eevee, they all go into having, you know, more fox-like characteristics, more dog-like characteristics, more like wolf-like, more like cat-like. It's why there's so many different things that each of them spin off into. Because it's not meant to be anything specific. Exactly. It's meant to be an amalgamation of a variety of things. It's not meant to be a specific thing. And that's kind of why it's a bit off-putting to me, where it's meant to be a combination of a whole bunch of things, but it, like, doesn't, like, mesh well for me. But again, he's saying, you know, it's basically a cat on a dog, but, like, that's still the same thing, a mashup of canine and feline traits. Which is what it is. It's supposed to be both. Yeah, I mean, like, even going back to the designer of EEVEE, Motofumi Fujiwara, he said the idea came from the creator's request to have a Pokemon that was a blank slate. It has traits of... This is from the designer EEVEE themselves. It has traits of foxes, dogs, and cats, but it is not based on any specific animal. You know, so basically this is from the creator themselves. It is not anything specific. Yeah, like, the phrasing is a creature that could exist in your memories, vague memories of a cat or dog-like creature. So it's not meant to be anything specific. Which I think is the best thing for it. Like, it's meant to, like, that's why it works so well. That anyone can latch on to it. Because it is just specific enough for you to be familiar with it, but it's also vague enough for everyone to be able to have these common memory experiences with it. Which I find, like that's the reason why, like, there's so much that goes into these things, like, for designing. There is so much that goes into it, like, that is why I find it so fascinating. You know, I'm not a fan of EEVEE, but I can appreciate all the time and effort that went into creating it. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it might be best to use a physical attacker when fighting EEVEE, because I know that it gets Calm Mind. And the funny thing is, most of my Pokemon are special attackers, but yeah, I guess you got that. Yeah, it's called the ability, but it's meant to be vague. Like that's the kind of that's why EEVEE works so well. It's meant to be specifically vague. And I think for me, that's where the sort of like that I think for me is where like the discord for it comes in. Like it is explicitly vague. And so, because I don't have those, like, for me, it's like, I don't have, you know, childhood memories of pets. My memories of pets are much more recent, you know, teenage and beyond. So I don't have, you know, memories of, oh, I was like, you know, 5 years old and I had a puppy that it reminds me of. It reminds me of a specific dog that I had after first seeing EEVEE, so it doesn't really get that same kind of thing for me. You know, it's kind of like this weird thing of the things it's meant to basically appeal to. I never experienced, like, it kind of doesn't have that effect on me, in a way. It's fascinating. Like, that's the thing about this game I just love, is that it's so fascinating what things are meant to do, and that just different experiences will give vastly different results. Why the hell is the Splat Roller standing right next to me? Oh, using Hydra, blocking half my shots when you're a roller and frontline weapon. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of, Mudkip, for that is maybe they think they want to try and bodyguard you, which, I mean, is a good idea. I mean, if anyone can basically sneak up behind you and you have a Hydra, you're kind of dead. But, like, a Splatana would be better suited to basically bodyguarding a Hydra. Yeah. Or it just sounds like they want to be lazy, but it's like blocking your shots. Yeah, that's so stupid. Just a Cyber Sleuth if you're ever in the mood for to switch things up on Switch. Okay. I will make note of that. I have a list of games that I am going to be doing for streams, but I will definitely note that, Player Zero. I will definitely note that. Yeah, I'm fine. Alright, another EEVEE den bites the dust, and another one down, another one down, another den bites the dust. Bug den. Oh. Ooh, actually, there's one right there. So, if I'll mark, I will pin that. And that way we can go... We're not quite going to Zappuccino. Yeah, I know the name of the town is not called Zappuccino, but I called it Zappuccino just reading it wrong the first time, and I'm not going back on that. I don't speak Spanish, and I never took Spanish, so I don't know how to pronounce things. But I'm just going to call him with it. At least like what I call Rivali's Gale. I call it Ravioli's Gale because I never bothered to learn his name initially. Now that I know the actual name, I just still refuse to call it that. I just need to wait for the anime to pronounce the name so I know how to pronounce it. Which is going to take a while. Because I actually have not kept up with the... Oh, there we go. The controller was not working for a second. Oh, it's an Impidimp. Okay. For a second, I thought that was another Shiny Pawmi. Because I do have a Shiny Pawmi on my team. And Shiny Pawmi is pink. And it was the exact shade of pink, the exact height to be a Pawmo. And I was like, is that another Shiny Pawmo? But no, it was just an Impidimp. It was just an Impidimp. Boop. Oh, give me that. Give me the X accuracy. There we go. See, I do like this. I have no idea what you're saying there, Ninja. I have no idea what that means. Again, I took French. I took French in high school. Ooh, very easy. Oh, I have a poison type for this. All right, code is up if you guys want to pop in. Fairy, so bring steel and poison. Come on. Oh, I don't speak English. Okay. Again, I don't speak Spanish. I know nothing about Spanish, so that would have completely gone over my head. Code for this one, YW1DET. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Here's the thing. I was good Spottle Hydra. Okay. I mean, I feel like there's gonna be some way for someone to sneak up on you with the Hydra. There's always gonna be some back alley way they're gonna sneak up and find you, Mudkip. There's always a way to do that. Experience in game for the first time in a Pokemon game. For those who don't know, I'm basically just like jotting down a couple of things for an upcoming video review I'm doing on Scarlet Violet. Like I just think of an idea, like, okay, this is a topic to talk about. Put that down. Can figure out that later. But also, guys, again, don't forget, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. And let's get battling. Let's go. Let's freaking go. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, so Fairy, weak to Steel, weak to Poison, not good against Dragon, Dark, and Fighting. Alright. Yo, here's the thing. I have a good spot for the Hydra, so I can't see it. Okay. So what map is this? What map is that? Yes, good Poison. I mean, Eevee's gonna probably purge that away though, so that's not great. But I mean, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when we deal with it. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. Yep, and there we go. And there, it gets rid of the poison. But okay, there's the Combine. There's the Combine. That's why I need to get physical attackers for this thing. Oh, new map. Okay. Yeah, I have not played I have not played. I mean, I've played a bit of Splatoon, but I guess I haven't been around for that nap rotation. I've been playing a bit intermittently off stream. Toxic Degree, Poison Scatter on thing. There. Yeah, it's a good thing. Wait, why am I not? There we go. Okay, now I got that. Okay, I can't do anything with that. Okay. New map. Interesting. I mean, new maps are always a bit of a blessing and a curse. Because, like, on the one hand, if you find a good place, the enemy team may not know a way to sneak up on you. But at the same time, they may know a way to sneak up on you, and you don't know a way that they could sneak up on you potentially. So that's not good for you. Oh, new map that wasn't in 1 or 2. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I guess it might just be that you may have the solution to the thing. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Good. We break open the gate. Break open the gate. Battle times away. With that, we take the EEVEE down. Delightful. EEVEE always gets the last parting shot, though, so it always will do that. But yeah, we beat it. Delightful. Maybe it's only maybe they always get at least one move. Because there have been times I've one-shot TERA style raid bosses, and they still get off an attack. But then there's something like this where no, I beat them and then they just go down. So I think it's maybe that they are forced to get at least one attack in before they go away. If they didn't get off an attack, they just survive on like 1 health and then immediately die after. Whereas if it's at this point where they just instantly they go down if they get enough moves. Makes sense. But again, thank you guys all for coming out. We're still going to be going for a while longer. We're going to be ending off in maybe an hour and a half or so. But we are going to be going live again later today for more of the Scarlet playthrough. Alright, let's see. Is that... Oh. Oh, there's Zorua here. Okay. Change of plans. There is a Zorua nearby. There is Zorua. And Zorua is ridiculously rare. So I am going to look for this Zorua. Is that a Zorua? Or no? Not? Let's check. Okay, no, so that's an actual maybe. Okay. You can check if a Pokemon is a Zorua or not, but if you send it into auto battle, it will not fight Zorua. Okay. This is the awkward thing about being so high level for this point in the game. Is I think if I fight a Zorua, it will kill it. Okay, so we need to find this Zorua. We need to find this Zorua. He will disguise, so you need to break. Well, no, it won't battle the. It will not battle the Zorua. The Let's Go battle system will not fight the Zorua disguised. It will not fight those. Which means I need to find the Zorua. Okay, I need to find where the Zorua is. So I want... Like, I just want to get Zorua added to my decks. I want to get this thing registered in my decks. Because Zorua is annoying. So once I get the one... Once I find the one... Then... Once I find the one, I'll be good. I killed a Ditto the other day, so... I've heard that it will not auto battle. I've heard it will not auto battle Ditto and Zorua. I've heard it will not auto battle those, but we are looking for the Zorua now. We are looking for the Zorua. Where is the Zorua? Where is the Zorua? I need to find the Zorua. I am looking to co-op with someone. We may be doing you mean raid? You mean TERA style battles like Union Circle? Like TERA style raid battles? We could do that. Cause we are doing TERA style battles, and I think this is an Impidem. This is a true Impidem because it used Prankster on me. Yeah, this thing has brain. This is an Impidimp. This is a real Impidimp. Okay. Oh. Okay, so okay, that will kill them. Okay. Okay, then if that's gonna work, then okay. I'm taking off. Actually, in that case, I could just give this thing, I can just give it Nuzzle again. I can just give it Nuzzle. And if I give it Nuzzle, then that should help. I mean, I'm still worried it will still kill it, but... we need to find this Zorua. Like, this is the only issue with this game, is that the map is not great. We are looking for a Zorua right now. We are looking. Oh my gosh, it's still gonna kill stuff. We're still killing things. It's still knocking them out. Oh my gosh. Like, are we not even gonna be able to actually locate them? Are we not even gonna be able to locate the Zorua because we're gonna just take them out in one hit? Like, that's the issue about being this over-leveled. Well, not this over-leveled, but just being over-leveled in general. Is that you will take stuff down if you're trying to catch them. Okay, so no, we take the drain. Okay. Okay then. Well, this is a Foong. This is a real Foong, yes? I mean, again, I guess I could also just use... I mean... Well, no, Veluza has a Psychic move. Veluza has Psychic moves. So I could just use... the Psycho Cut. And if it doesn't affect it, then I know that's the Zorua. Okay. I just love... I mean, Candy to D-level. Wait, what? Is that a thing? Mudkip, you're screwing with me, Mudkip. There's no way that's a thing. They would never add D-leveling. We are looking for Zorua right now. There's a Zorua on our radar, and we need to find it. I just want to find the Zorua. I just want to find where this Zorua is. Because, like, if I can get one, then I have that slot on my deck. So like, I got a Ditto. And then I got the Ditto, and I'm fine with the Ditto. But, like, where is... Again, the map is... I mean, I get why the map is not the most helpful. It makes sense. But... yeah. I get why the map is not helpful. About 1 in 10 things I tell you when you ask are true. I mean, I know that. I know that you generally lie about things. I'm like, okay, nope, this is... No, I think it actually pops up with the thing when it does that. Yeah, okay. I'll find the Zorua eventually. We're getting back to the strip. We're getting back to the EEVEE stuff. I love how I say we're getting back to the EEVEE things, and I immediately go to battle things. Oh, I can't even. Yes, I did. I did, Mudkip. Because I'm too trusting. Oh, is that? Mimikyu doesn't run, does it? I don't think Mimikyu runs from things. Is this the Zorua? Is this the Zorua? I know Mimikyu actually gets baby doll eyes. Hey, welcome in like that. Nope, this is an actual Mimikyu. Right, yeah, right. I bypassed disguise with this. Okay. So it was an actual Mimikyu. Where the freak is this Zorua? I know there is a Zorua around here. There has to be one, because it's on the map. I guess there's not one around here. I mean, I know there is. Welcome in. Hey, Zetar Lakeside, how are you guys doing? Welcome in. We are looking for a Zorua. Because there's apparently a Zorua nearby. And I just want to find it for the decks. And I'm looking for the Zorua. We're doing the EEVEE event raid dens right now. But I got very distracted by a thing known as Zorua because of how rare it is. But again, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you haven't done so. It's gotta be around here. It's gotta be around here somewhere. It's gotta be around here. I know it has to. There is no way it's not around here. It's got to be around here somewhere. Because I know it will not auto-battle them. It will not auto-fight them. It will not auto-fight them, so I want to find it. MQ... Where is this freaking thing? Where is this freaking Zorua? I know there's one around here. I know there's a Zorua around here. All I want is to find where it is to add it to my dex entry. All I want is to find a Zorua. There you go. Find me the Zorua. Find me the Zorua, my little friend. Find me the Zorua. I mean, I love how easily everything gets utterly derailed. I love that, but also I really hate it. Because at the same time, I just want to get moving on with things. You know what? We'll go dark. I'll figure out later. I'll figure it out later. We're getting back to the EEVEE raids. Where can most be found easier by locking out a Pokemon? Really? I thought that you needed to be... Really? Really? It'll say Zorua? I thought that it was always in disguise. And that you needed to actually like battle it or something to get it to reveal itself. I could have sworn the other way. I mean, if that's the case, I'm happy, because that'll make my life a lot easier. But I'd also heard otherwise. Spidops. Murkrow. We'll spend another minute. We will spend another minute looking. If we don't find it, we will continue with the EEVEE stuff. Welcome in, guys. And again, if you guys are new, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are just looking for a Zorua right now, a pesky little thing known as Zorua. Where is it? No. Okay. Okay. We'll get back. We're getting back to the EEVEE stuff. We were also doing the EEVEE event dens. So yeah, all the Pokemon you saw aren't in your decks. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I know that they aren't in my decks because I didn't catch them yet. But thank you. Okay, I'll go do that, and I'll get it off screen. I'll get it off screen. It's not worth doing right now. Okay, we'll set that there. See, so we'll figure it out later. I'm assuming Zorua has to be on land. I'm assuming it won't be in the water. Toadschool. Yeah, I'm assuming the Zorua will not be in the water. Yeah, I'm assuming it won't be in the water. Because, like, that wouldn't make sense. Come on. Fungus. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, it won't be in the water. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it another time. We're getting off track. Again, my ADD distracts me from everything. My ADD just distracts me from everything, and I hate it. Simeon. Yeah, I'll figure the stuff out later. Oh, it's a Kamala. Okay. I don't know why, but I keep mixing up Komala with like a Mimikyu for some reason in the Olo. Maybe because they're small. I mean, I guess I could do a bus one. I mean, I'll find the Zoro on my own. I appreciate the offer for the trade, but I'll find one myself. I kind of like the finding the thing myself. Also gonna close that because the light's coming through there. That's annoying. We're doing Dynamax. There we go. If you guys want to join in, we do open the thing. We open the thing up. If you guys want to pop in, always happy to have you guys pop in. These give out good raid rewards. Okay, the Pokemon, this is a grass type, which means Skelderg will be my best pick. That is the ultimate one to go for. So yes, there we go. Code is MVAA9L if you guys want to pop in. Always happy to have you guys pop in for some Terrestrial raids. So yeah. Alright, let's go. Am I getting pained about things? Hey, welcome in, Zetar. Welcome in. I love how we have a grass-fired water as our lineup here, but we don't have the 3 starters. I find that very amusing. I find that the most amusing. Alright. Zetar, everything okay? Everything okay, Zetar? Did your game disconnect? Oh, your internet monitor just freaked out for a second. I mean, you'll be able to get back in. You still have a minute and you'll still have a minute and a half left to pop back in. So you should be good. You should be good. Strange. Yeah, I mean, the internet on this game at times, little wonky, little janky sometimes. You know, most of the time. Most of the time. Not some of the time, most of the time. I mean that's just servers in general with how janky they can be. There we go. Get back in. Ready to go. There we go. We're good. I mean, we're not even gonna really need like specific Pokemon for this thing, because this thing is gonna die because it's a level 1 raid. Like, we could bring in like anything and it would utterly crush them. You know, we don't even need to bring in actual counters, and I just find that hilarious. I just find that absolutely hilarious. I love it. I mean, it was the same with Dynamax Adventures. You didn't really need like actual counters for level 1, like for level 3 raids when you got to level like 70s. You don't really need to bring counters. You can just bring in the same Pokemon and bash into it. Oh yes, the Dunsparce. Like, I remember seeing that in the first battle. I was like, wait, this thing is just an extra long Dunsparce. I freaking love it. It's so silly. I love it. I am surprised that they gave Dunsparce an evolution though, because like its whole thing is like, it's a lot like with Farfetch. Like, the whole point is that it doesn't evolve. So I am surprised about that. It's a long Dunsparce. Exactly, it is a long Dunsparce. Long boy. It's good. It's a good game. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. TERA stall raid goes away. Next one is further south, over here to the bug. So yes, this. Yeah, I'm just gonna put you. I think I'm just gonna keep my Skeljarg in the lead slot just because most of the typings are weak to fire. Transport's got insane. Is that like Hyper Drill? Because I saw the description of Hyper Drill when I was training my Dunsparce, just, you know, level, just, like, it was in my party and just, it got a level and it got a move called Hyper Drill. If that's the move you're talking about, yeah, that's a pretty interesting move. It bypasses Protect. And it's not a move like Shadow Force or Phantom Force, which is a 2-turn charge up. Kame from Naruto's main character. I have no idea what you're saying there, Red. I have no idea what you mean by that. What's he saying? Oh yeah, the Iron Man bug. The Iron Man bug. I love low kicks. It's literally just a bug that looks like it's wearing an Iron Man suit, and I freaking find that awesome. But yeah, let's get going. Let's get going. Where is this? This den shouldn't be that much further. And for masters, I've used these as the main characters. Yeah, I know. I don't really understand it. I just don't really understand it. Yes, the salt. We just passed Minecraft for the Pokemon. We just passed the Pokemon representation of Minecraft. I do like Knackle Stack. I do like it. It amuses me very, very much just seeing how blocky it is. Do Joy-Cons have drift? Because I see the camera. Yes. It's not Joy-Con. This is a Pro Controller. And the Pro Controller does drift. But also, the game's camera as well. I've used my actual good controller. You know, the one that I know does not drift. And even then, the camera behaves more than a little janky. So I just chalk it up to camera programming in this game being a bit janky. Well, I mean it's I rarely use like the good controller. I only use in games or in times where I know precision is of the utmost importance. So if I'm playing like Splatoon, where I need the gyro controls. If I'm playing Breath of the Wild, where I need the gyro controls, I will only use that. But yeah, welcome in, Fori. Welcome in. Yes, EEVEE TERA raid time. I will only ever use the good controller for like specific instances that need it. And I just use this controller, I just use this one, because this is the one that, like, just kind of doesn't work all that often. I mean, it works. It just slightly has drifting problems. And I will use this for, like, most of my general playthroughs, most of my general playing, just because I don't want to put extra strain on, like, the actual good controller when I don't need to. You know, basically preserve the good one as long as possible. I do have a good controller, Mudkip. I just don't want to use the good controller when it's not necessary. Because the drifting isn't really that bad. Like, the drifting in this game, it really isn't terrible. You know, I mean, the only time it ever really gets bad is when I go in and out of stores. And even then, when I did use the good controller, the going in and out of stores is still a problem, because just the way the camera moves itself around. So, it really isn't a problem. Hey, welcome in, Golden! Welcome in. Let's roast this thing. And again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and of course, share this out to your friends. In a Pokemon game. But yeah, this is going well. There is the discussion video I'm gonna be making on this game in a couple of days. That's gonna be going out. No set date when. Mostly because the Fossil Fighters discussion video is coming out then, and I don't want them to conflict with one another, because like when I have like the long form videos, they generally pop off quite well, and I don't want them to interfere with one another. And the thing is just dead. That's the thing about this that I love. Is that when facing like level 1 raids, like level 1, level 2 raids, you blow on them with a stiff breeze. And it just dies. I love it. It's so good. You don't need actual dedicated counters. That's the reason I'm leading with Skeledirk, is that it's my best. I mean, my best attacker is my Baxcalibur. It is my best one to use, but it also gets kind of bodied by a number of things, so I don't really want to use it all that often. Okay, so let's go looking. Okay, wrong one. Let's. Yeah, this is where you would see drifting, because like it'll zoom in and zoom out. Like you will notice the drifting the most. Like I notice the drifting the most on this map. There we go. All right. No, like right there. Like again, like right there. That's when the drifting takes over. There's destination. Are there any others? Okay, we'll go hit this one because this is right next to a fire one, and then we'll go move to the other one. There we go. I mean, I would get a new controller mod cap, but I don't need one. I don't need one. It's so strange, because I remember the first time I came here, like hopping up these things, and you know how was I gonna get to some of the places? And I was like, yeah, now I just climb. I can literally just climb up everything now. Oh, level 4. Okay. This one we're gonna need you guys for. This one we're gonna need you guys for. Alright. This one we are going for. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Veluza. Cause I don't want this thing using Calm Mind and getting it problematic. There we go. Trying to get 8. Honestly, I would say that's I would say unnecessary, mostly down to a few of them. Their hidden abilities are worse than their regular abilities. But, you. Are you new here, Kyran? Are you new here? Oh, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Always wonderful to meet new people, so hope you are doing very well. So how do I unlock level 5 raids? Because I haven't seen any level 5 raids yet. I mean, I feel it's like going out for like the full shiny EEVEE family is like, that's just a bit excessive. But I mean, everyone, you do you. Hey, welcome in, Tofi. How you doing? Happy to have you here. Again, guys, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already, but hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you are all having a wonderful day so far. How do you unlock them? Unlock level 5 first. Okay. Okay, level 5, you have to get to the credits. Okay. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, I have not gotten the end credits yet. And liquidation. Attack with the fur. I like Veluza. I like Veluza. It's been good to me. It's been very good to me. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the center of the area yet. I haven't beaten all the storylines, so I haven't gotten access to the crater yet. And I'm very excited to get to the center of the crater. That's gonna be fun. And liquidation. Attack fish. I like Veluza. It's a good beam. But yeah, again, guys, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe for more. You guys keep everything here going. And with that, EEVEE goes down. EEVEE goes down. I've heard good things about the crater. I've heard good things about it. So I'm looking forward to there. I'm looking forward to the crater. But yeah, it's something. It's, like, again, I hope this game has been very good. I have been enjoying this game. I've been enjoying the playthrough. And I still gotta say, it's rivaling Gen 5 for me. It's... And I haven't even finished the game, and I'm already saying, yeah, this thing's like on par with Gen 5. I don't think... I wouldn't say that I think it's better than Gen 5 at present. I would say that it is, like, competitive with Gen 5 in terms of how much I like it. Like, I think that this game, I think very highly of this game. But I think it and Gen 5 are about even. At least for right now. Again, what comes later could flip that. And if it does flip that, I'm eager to see what actually it will get to flip it. So, like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun. I've only beaten all of the gyms. I've beaten all the Titans, but I have not done, like, the final thing to do with that quest. I still haven't finished with that quest yet. I've beaten all the Titans. I've beaten all the star bases. So, like, I've beaten... I don't know if they're shiny locked or not. That I'm unsure about. I'm willing to bet they're not shiny locked because you can catch them, but I wouldn't know. I didn't see anything about them being shiny locked, so I'm assuming they're not locked. Yeah, I've beaten I've gotten all the badges. So I've beaten all the Titans. I've beaten all the star bases. I've beaten all the gyms. I just have not finished the Team Star and the Titan storylines yet. That I'll be doing later after the stream. And I mean, I beat the Elite Four, and I gotta say, like, I love this game. Like, this game had me on my ass laughing. It was so great. But again, also, guys, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Hope you guys are all doing well, and yeah, let's get going. But yeah, like, for level 2 raids, and level 1 through level 3 raids, we really don't need, like dedicated super counters, because they're just so low leveled. Like, the stat gap is so massive. I know where to go. I know where to go for the other storylines. I know where to go for the other 2 storylines that are marked on the map. I just haven't gotten to them yet. Because, like, last night, I beat the Elite Four, beat the champion, and, like, finished up the entire Victory Road storyline. And I just went to bed after that. You know, and I started the stream, like, an hour after. I have not played since... Like, I have not played since that. So, I've still yet to finish everything. No, well, how did you fail the shiny Charmander? How was the shiny failed? Because that has happened to me, and that is always... I mean, I've only failed one shiny, and that was the Onyx that wiped my team. But that was painful. Makes sense.
Are you pretty busy? We were going to step out for about a half hour.
I'll be watching enough. I'll be watching enough. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Let's see. Next. Alright, next. Yeah, I've beaten all the badges. I know where to go. I know, of course, for the Starfall storyline, it's there. And then for the other one, it's down here. I know where to go for those. I just haven't gone through the doing those things yet. Let me just see. So there we go. There's 2 more. Okay. So wrong one. Wrong button. Okay. I think those are the only remaining ones for this cycle. Which means after we finish those, we need to reset things, so that way we will get the next ones. Okay. It's going pretty well, Curb. It's going well, pretty good. Walking up a hill, attempt to see a shiny Drifblim despawn. I don't think the Drifblim despawned. Ghost types will periodically turn invisible, but they're still there. I don't think that the Drifblim despawned. You know, that happened, like, a Gengar will, like, will disappear, but it will still be there, like, you can still go and encounter it. But yeah, that not knowing about that, yeah, that, I had a good Thanksgiving. I had a good Thanksgiving. But yeah, I was gone and walked around with like 10 minutes. Really? Strange. I've not seen that. Interesting. So it doesn't have a gold background? So the EEVEE doesn't have a gold background? Interesting. Well, I mean, EEVEE can spawn in regular dens normally, so that makes sense that you would find them. Yeah, I mean, EEVEE is normally obtainable in raid dens, so regular EEVEE raids, that makes sense. It just means the EEVEE event just means that there will be dens that have the event EEVEE, but will also not, like, it won't take over every single raid den. And there's no EEVEE, there's no new EEVEE evolution. There is no new evolution to EEVEE this game. Right? Lobby is up if you guys want to pop in. I have no idea why there's two different egg hatching animations. I think the only reason there's two different egg hatching animations is if the camera positioning is in a position where it would mess up the whole hatching animation. So it's like a default, I guess. I just had to get an olive. I love olives. Right? Hey, Tinkaton. I love Tinkaton. They're done. I think that they're done giving EEVEE new typings. Like, I think that they finished giving EEVEE evolutions. Yeah. I think that they've finished giving EEVEE evolutions because just for pure marketing. Because it's pure marketing. That if you make new evolutions, you have to start marketing the new evolution more, which overall drastically kneecaps advertising and promotion of the other forms, because you just can't give them all the amount of exposure. And people will be buying, you know, the new one and the EEVEE stuff, but they will not be buying the other evolution stuff nearly as much, whereas you focus on EEVEE, well, then they buy the other stuff, you know, in, like, similar quantities. You know, it purely comes down to business. The other thing is that it's really not necessary. Like, it's important to remember this about EEVEE. EEVEE was meant as just team filler. You know, the entire purpose behind EEVEE's existence was back in Gen 1 so you can fill in a typing slot. Which, ironically, back in Gen 1 and even in every subsequent game, it's never been able to actually do. Because you always get it too late in any playthrough to be able to compensate for wanting a certain typing. Which is actually the reason why the monkeys from Gen 5 actually fulfilled that job better, because they're actually meant for the same function. They're meant to cover your team, but you get the monkey right at the start. And, you know, with that function kind of being gone and it basically being turned into its own mascot, you know, at this point, you know, it's the idea of making an EEVEE form for every typing for type coverage is just kind of irrelevant. And it's a mascot now. So it's gonna get its own thing. Makes sense, but I feel like we're going right now. Well, the thing is, there was going to be a Dragon-type evolution for it. Back in Gen 6, there were plans for a dragon-type EEVEE evolution, and they didn't go through with it. Reason being, they didn't want it to overshadow Sylveon. Yeah, that's the reason why Sylveon was like such a massive part of the marketing with regards to Gen 6. Because their worry was if they made a dragon-type EEVEE evolution, it was gonna just like completely overshadow Sylveon and the new fairy type they were creating by, oh, dragons, because they knew everyone loves dragons. So they never did it. And I just find that, like, the irony of that scenario, it just makes me laugh. They are making a typing that is designed to destroy dragon, and yet that is designed to be better than dragon. And they're worried about a dragon type overshadowing the new Pokemon they are creating. The irony is just, it's so delicious. You cannot even describe it, and I love it. Like that's why I love these games. It's like, yeah, they cared. Again, marketing is what is driving EEVEE. Like that's what I want to say. We're never gonna get another EEVEE form that is a new evolution because of marketing. They took out an EEVEE form because of marketing reasons. They've already done it. And I love that. It's like, yeah. Like, yes, they do make the new games, but there is an underlying, you know, marketing thing that goes heavily into old Pokemon stuff. Not really. It's smart from a business perspective. It is the intelligent business decision. I mean, we gotta remember, if they don't make smart business decisions, they will go out of business. And if they go out of business, there will be no more games. Like, I heard Game Freak made me out the Pikachu. Like, from the show. No idea what that is. Like that's the thing that I just find funny. Is that, like, that's why I find, like, game boycotts very, very amusing. That people don't realize, well, if this boycott works, and the sales of a game drop off a cliff, and this company sank so many millions and hundreds of thousands, so many millions of dollars, probably even, you know, millions of dollars into developing a game, and then that game returns absolutely no sales. Do you think they're going to continue making games at that point? Like, do you think they continue making stuff at that point if that happens? Like, that's the reason I find it so funny. Is like, if you are trying to get, like, a boycott to do that, that will do the exact opposite. Because it will actively destroy the company you say you were a fan of. Like, it just kind of, like, boggles me. Like, what? It's the most backwards logic train. And I find that hilarious. I'm gonna get it. But I mean, again, I mean, we always make not the most sensible decision making. We are not the most sensible of organisms. Humans are funny like that. We have big brains, but yet we don't really use them that much. We don't really use our big brains as much as we think we do. Do we have any more? I think that is all the EEVEE TERA Stall event raids for this cycle. So, the way to get more EEVEE TERA Stall raids is you go into settings for your game date. Go down to settings. Do not change the date. You only change the time. Date and time. Date and time. You want to go, switch to PM, you want to switch it to be a couple of minutes before midnight. You want the game to roll over to midnight while in game. That is very, but otherwise it will lock you out of any time-based events. Then it is just wait. Then it is just wait for the time to tick over. Yeah. But yeah, you can't go out and hit it, otherwise it'll lock everything up. So you need the minute to roll over. And I like that. It's like, yeah, it's very thing. It's very thing. And I like it. I mean, well, we know that, Mudcap. Supposedly, humans have big brains. Thankfully, Scar is already breaking sales. Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, Scarlet Violet is breaking sales records. Like, the thing is, the last Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, outsold the previous Pokemon games. Like, the only game, quote-unquote, that outsold Sword and Shield was the combined sales numbers of Japanese Red and Green, Blue, which, for those who don't know, Blue version was essentially a post-release hotfix for Gen 1, where they fixed a lot of the game-breaking bugs that basically made the game completely unplayable. So the idea behind making Blue is people who had Red and Green that couldn't play the game because it was broken will buy Blue. Then lumping that in with the American sales of Red and Blue, which is the international version of Blue. So you're lumping in the sales of 5 different games, one of which was intended to be bought by people who already bought a previous game. And it outsold that in a per unit basis by now. So if you're, considering, well, yeah, this thing sold like 32 million games. Yeah, but it's functionally 4 different games. And I find that hilarious. And then you compare it to Sword and Shield, it sold unit sales of like 12 million each, 12.5 million each, compared to an 8 million unit sales each. And I find that hilarious. It's like, yeah, Sword and Shield was the best-selling Pokemon game. And I love that. It's like, yeah. Well, because it highlights a thing that, is important to remember. The majority of the Pokemon community are not people my age. The majority of the Pokemon community are kids who don't really care about what Pokemon get into the game and what don't. And I love it. There's a lot of Pokemon lovers out there. Yeah, there's a lot, because the thing is, we overestimate how much a specific Pokemon will impact people's opinion on a sales game. Like, Metagross was gone from Sword and Shield. Metagross is gone from Scarlet and Violet. Do I care? I don't give a shit. Like, Metagross and Togekiss, gone from Sword and Shield. It's gone from Scarlet Violet. I really don't care. Like, I care more about the content and quality of the game than an individual Pokemon. Because, like, for me, the appeal of the game is experiencing a new game and experiencing the new Pokemon. If I wanted to use, like, the same old Pokemon I've been using for the last, 10 years, I just replay the same games over and over again. But if I want to experience the new stuff, I buy the new games so I can experience the new stuff. Seems like simple, right? But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love the game, and I have really nothing but positive things to say about it. Welcome in, Karen. Please don't share personal information. Because there's a lot, we overestimate the amount of, that's the amusing thing about the internet. And, the internet and the thing we have with, the vocal, content creators is the portion of the community that is, our age, my age, that makes content. We are less than 1% of 1% of the entire playing base. We are an infinitesimally small fraction of the actual community. Every single content creator could not buy a new Pokemon game, and the sales of the game would be identical. That is how little we are in the grand scheme of things, but a lot of people think that, well, they are the controlling portion of the community, because that's all we see. We don't really see, little 6-year-old Jimmy playing his thing, you know, putting his opinions about the game on the thing because they just don't care enough to do it. I'm not a fan of X and Y. The funny thing is, like, I point to X and Y as how not to do a new game. Is it just me, or is Game Freak just getting a bunch of Pokemon ideas each day, or what do you mean? What do you mean, Curbs? I would say X and Y is vastly overrated. Cause a lot of the opinion for X and Y, it doesn't stem from the games itself. It stems from the Mega Evolutions. You know, if you take the Mega Evolutions out of X and Y, you're left with a fairly bland game. You know, you're left with a game that's actually even more vapid than Generation 1, which is kind of scary to say things, because it's Gen 1. Like, Gen 1 is the most bland game in existence, and this one's more bland than that. I could find out about Arceus, and then, boom, Pokemon Violet, Scarlet, shown by everyone. Like, find out about Arceus, and then, boom, Pokemon Violet, Scarlet gets known by everyone. Yeah, the thing is, that's what it is for most people, is it's... X and Y is, like, highly thought of by association. Because you have... Because the reason why is, it's like if you go see a movie, and, you know, you see a movie with a lot of your friends, you know, you're joking, the atmosphere, the movie can be absolute garbage. But you will think that movie was great, because you had so much fun with your friends, the atmosphere was great, and those memories of that experience is applied to the game itself, well, to the piece of media itself. It's why if you go back and you know, re-examine that thing, you know, years later, it doesn't really hold up in the same way. And the opposite also works in reverse, where if you're maybe having a bad day, you play a game or you watch a movie for the first time, your opinion of that, you know, game is going to be lower. But then if you revisit it years later, you know, with a fresh set of eyes, you'll be like, why did I think this game wasn't that great? It's a very fascinating thing about the way that our brains work by associating something positive. Like, if we have positive feelings about something, even if that thing has nothing to do with what we're actually focusing on at the moment, that will color our vision on something, and I love that. I feel Game Freak doesn't really reach out into the fanbase wants, kind of leads to bad games or evolution in this game. Well, the thing is, this is actually what I was talking about a bit earlier, Ninja. The fan base of Pokemon, like the vocal fan base, we are less than 1% of 1% of the people who play these games. So it's like, they're not going to look at the opinions of people that are a drop of water in the ocean when it comes to the players of the games. You know, it's really hard for us to wrap our heads around a lot, because like we experience, like the people we experience, like we experience the older players, the ones with the more passionate experiences, the more passionate, you know, conveying opinions. But that's because we just don't see that for every one of us, there's like 10,000 kids that just don't say a thing. Like, we are the vocal minority. That's all it really is. You know, there's a good reason why there's a reason why they don't really reach out, because people don't, it's the content creator's opinion doesn't really matter. Like, it will never impact the actual game. Like, you can get a petition of like 10,000 people. That's a fraction. Like the old game is better quality. I would say this game feels higher quality than anything we've gotten post Gen 5. I would say this is a higher quality game than anything we've gotten post Gen 5. It's another region of the response, which leads to bad games. I'll read up on what with Star Revolutions. I mean, the other thing you gotta remember, though, is, Ninja, the Pokemon games are not really conducive to being open world games. You have to gradually work into that. Because the thing that made Pokemon games was, you know, linearity, straight path with stuff on the side. When you go into open world, you need to design, okay, well, how are you going to get, how are we going to make the entire overworld accessible to everyone? At the same time, making it so that there is a distinct progression, as well as just making the game overall very complete. Like, it's the Breath of the Wild issue. With Breath of the Wild, there is literally nothing in the game other than just go kill Ganon. Everything in the game is just preparation to go kill Ganon, and you can do that either after 4 hours of like going around getting good items, right at the start, go grab some stuff and just go fight Ganon, or, you know, spend a month gathering up your stuff, perfecting, you know, your health system and everything like that, and then go fight him. You know, it's such a vastly different dynamic than what Pokemon does that I mean, all the thing is technically, there was no way they could have ever made a Pokemon game open world on any of the handhelds, on any of the other systems, aside from the Switch. The Switch is the only system that has been powerful enough to do that. If they had an open world game from, say, like the Wii or the GameCube era, it would be tiny. You know, there would be like nothing in it, because it just, the power of the system is not there. You know, so it's a thing of technical limitations as much as it is, you know, wanting to push the boundaries. I still say that Pokemon really shouldn't be pushing the boundaries as much as they have been trying, but I get why they have been trying to push the boundaries. You know, it's like it's kind of an, like, that's kind of, it's kind of like an unfair criticism to say, you know, the games don't listen to the audience, and now they're listening to the audience, because it just simply wasn't possible to do this before. Like, it's a case of us seeing things that we've wanted for so long getting done, but they're getting done not for the reasons we think they're getting done. They're getting done these days because at this point, the systems are strong enough to be able to do, when likely this was something they'd been trying to move for years. I mean, there's a video that I scrapped working on a while ago. It was basically an analysis of any time a new mechanic or way of encountering Pokemon was introduced, and the way in which that mechanic was, like, further spun out into later games. You know, we don't really think about it, but you have the overworld shaking grass Pokemon spawn, the phenomena encounters is what they were like actually called. Well, those were overworld encounters of, you know, regular Pokemon that just sporadically appeared. Then you have, you know, moving on as time went out, the Dex Nav, further moving along to Sword and Shield, where this is a full-out open world Pokemon game, where the Pokemon are now in the open world. It's this very gradual spinning out of a little mechanic that was added at this one point that they expanded on bit by bit by bit, that was built upon something from over a decade ago. And the eventual culmination of that only could be achieved, you know, 5, 10, you know, 2, 3 generations later, when it was finally perfected, and when the system was strong enough to do it. Because, for those who don't know, Pokemon games, they're in development for over 5 years. Like, they're in development for 4 or 5 years. Like, this game was being worked on when they were releasing Sun and Moon. Like, this game has been worked on for a very long time. It's kind of insane when you really, like, conceptualize that these games have been in development. Like, Legends was in development since, like, 2018. And Legends was a platform to expand out into this game. So this game's been in development for a minimum 4 or 5 years. They're working on Generation 11 right now, Zetar. They're working on they're working on Generation 11 right now. Like, this game was being developed all the way back in 2017. You know, it's just like, the thing is, and that's when the development started. The idea for this could have been, you know, the kernel that was the idea of the game could have been started even years further back. You know, it's just that working, like, if you looked at Generation 4 and then said, in 10 years, you are going to have free wandering Pokemon games where the Pokemon are in the overworld and you can see them walking around and it is 3D fully animated, and you told that to someone back when the DS, old blocky McBlock thick boy DS, was released, they would laugh at you. The distance these games have come in terms of how powerful the games are, because the technology finally enables it, is ridiculous. They probably aren't halfway done with Gen 10, but they're working on Gen 9. Yeah, they're not finished with it right now, because these games take forever to code. Like, you have to remember, they need to build and program the entire region, build all the things, animate every single Pokemon. Like, that's the thing that we don't really, we kind of take for granted. There are 400 Pokemon in a game. That means they need to make, you know, 2, 3, 4 animations for every single Pokemon. They need to go through every single one of those, make sure those animations are good, make sure, like, the animations, there's no, like, you know, big issues with the animations, for just the Pokemon. Then, they need to make the move animations. They need to align the move animations. They need to do... The amount of stuff that they have to do for these games is so vastly beyond what we will ever know, that they basically need to work on these games, you know, 2 gens in advance. It's kind of insane. They probably aren't halfway done. Yeah, they're not halfway done with Gen 10 yet, because, I mean, if they're following the Sword and Shield cycle, where, you know, Sword and Shield was a game that had a 3-year-long life cycle, they're probably going to have this game be, you know, this game's probably going to go 3 years, and it's going to get a DLC, it's going to last, you know, 3 more years. It's going to last, you know, 3 years. And then we're going to get Gen 10. And I'm completely okay with this. Like, I don't mind if that's the case. Like, if that's, like, the new way they're doing things, I don't mind that. Because, like, I mean, I mentioned this in the last stream. I would rather they make a game and then release a DLC expansion that is $30. That, you know, it's just the DLC, it's $30, and it adds on some extra stuff. I would rather that than buy, like, a Scarlet Violet 2. That is 99.9% the exact same game, that is full priced, and the only difference between this game and that is like some extra added post-game stuff. But that post-game stuff that is added is the same as what you would get for a $30 DLC. You know, the difference between a game like Platinum and Diamond and Pearl is not worth the full price of a game. The difference is like 3 battles. It is not worth it. And that actually is reflected in the sales numbers. If you actually look at the sales numbers of, like, you know, Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, the secondary versions sell significantly worse than the per unit sales of the prior games. Because by that point, people are like, well, I already have this game. It's going to be most of the same. Why buy a new game? Yeah, it was the smartest decision from a business standpoint, because that way you'll get more people who want to buy it. Because, like, well, I'm not going to have to buy a whole new game. Because then Because there were, I remember, you know, back in middle school and even in high school, when a new game would come out, you know, people were like, oh yeah, I'm not going to buy, you know, this new game. I'm waiting for, you know, the third version to come out, so I don't have to spend, you know, money on this game, and then get another one later on. You know, in 2 years, I'm going to buy the game again, so why buy, you know, the same thing again? It's like, that is negatively affecting the sales, that's negatively affecting them. So now you don't have that, where now you can just buy the game first, have that security of, yeah, they're not going to release another game, like, you know, 2 years later, that's the same thing again. And I like that. Like, that is such a good thing to do. It's good for consumers. The third game will be called Pokemon Lag, as one new Pokemon. Oh, wait, never mind, it's just a Pikachu. Good one, Mudkip. But I'm thinking that this is going to be our final raid. I'm thinking that, yeah, this is going to be our last one. After this, we're going to go on a mechanized Maxis raid for everyone. So, yeah, this is going to be glorious. We got to go find a raid target. So, yeah. Let's incinerate the EEVEE. Let us incinerate. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. What we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? That was fast. That was freaking fast. Who are we gonna raid? Who's alive right now, actually? This is by substantially faster. Oh my gosh, we're gonna raid. Yeah, I think I know who we're gonna go raid. Yeah. Yeah, I know who we're gonna go raid. We're gonna go raid Frog. So, if everyone would not mind. Yes. Yes, that is an axe going straight into EEVEE's skull. I love the steel Terastalize hat. The Charizard event is going to be in a couple of weeks. The Charizard event is in a couple of weeks. It's going to be the start of December. So, like, I think, like, a week. Like, a week from tomorrow. But, yeah, we are going to go raid Frog Enough. They are doing the EEVEE Terrestrial raids, much like we were. See you guys next time. Let's rock and roll up. We'll be going live later again for some more of the Scarlet playthrough, where we're going to be continuing on through the story there. But I'll see you guys next time.